Ladies, gentlemen, and my NBA comrade, welcome back here to Snarecasting as we continue with some I-League action. Yesterday we got to see four whole games from Vici. I think it was 5 actually, yeah, because they went 2-1 against eHome, right, dropping the series. Then they went 2-0 over IG. Now here they are again for some more hype, taking on the side of Psg Lgd. There's certainly been a gauntlet for them. Let's see if they are up to the challenge. If you don't know already, I'm your boy Snare. What's up? Thanks for coming through if it's your first time over. Hello. Say hi in chat. Come through. Hang out. Have a good time. Make some bets. Make some bets as well. Make your predictions. Let's do it. Let's do it. So, Pango. Pango, what's up, fam? Pango pulls through just as Pango gets picked. Lol, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. That's really awesome. This one is going to be really exciting. Honestly, I think of all the series here in I-League that are left, this is the one I'm looking forward to seeing the most, because I personally think that Vici Gaming are right now becoming the best team in China. If not for Poyoyo, if they had like even Syla, okay, not even Syla, but if they had like an Ame or something, they'd be by far the best team. But the only reason I can't say they're the best team is that Psg Lgd have had higher highs. They've been not necessarily as winning as Vici, right? But when they win, they look really good in Vici game on Psg Lgd. Obviously, Team Asta still sits head and shoulders above everybody else, but Psg Lgd is looking hella fresh. So, then we fine. Lgd Tree and Protector with the Pango, as expressed by Young Pango in chat. Vici Gaming in the meantime. Alright, GG. Yeah. Homium. Oh, snap! Rob! Shout out, fam! Thank you, comrade. So much. Oh my god. You do know with this subscription, we are now, I think, 2 subs away from having 100. Thank you so much. Yo, y'all are helping a homie reach goal without you. We've been seeing that this Leshrac or Baton combination has been thus far undefeated. Well, actually, just broadly speaking, Leshrac in general in China is just insane right now. In particular, whenever they're able to combo it up in conjunction with heroes like the Faceless Void, potentially Mars as well, making sure that there is always damage being put out for the Leshrac, right? Leshrac, for example, doesn't like playing against Puck, right? Because you get leashed and you can't get to where you need to get in the fight. You just want to get there and stay there. You don't want to be moving around all too much. But the heroes you have on your team now enable you to be able to do that. They don't get left behind, but also it feels like a bad idea to come and jump you. They're very comfortable in this kind of situation. Puck at the same time, immediately they go on the side of Vici Gaming, pick themselves up the Lion. Lion I love seeing versus this Puck as well as the Pangolier. Insta Hex is very good, having the masked magical burst that can kill Pango or Puck before their elusive spells come out. Very useful. And you already have the Faceless Void, so more damage into the bubble. And more setup to be able to ensure that the Split Earth actually lands from the Leshrac. Right now it's a little bit tough to achieve that. You're pretty much just relying on either Yule setup for the stun, raw skill Split Earth, or for Lion to be the one that's finding the space for you, initiating, make things a lot easier for you to land the follow-up stuff. Alright. Yo, Teofimo, that's really nice of you to say, Planet. Nice of you to say. I will keep it up, bro. I will keep it up. I'll be out here. Psg Lgd, this used to be one of the old school Leshrac counters. Like whenever you have a hero like Lesh, especially in the mid lane, you know that it's going to be buying a ton of high mana items. And Anti-Mage just jump in, burst it down, everybody dies around it as well. However, this is a little bit peculiar for me, this Anti-Mage pick. I actually don't like it here. It's being picked into the Lion. There's already an Abaddon in the game that can help quite a lot for the Leshrac, just to ensure that the hero is able to get enough sustain to escape the fight. Crucially though, I think that this Anti-Mage can be dealt with by a Faceless Void, and I think that the pace of the game, normally how I would like to see teams beating Void, right, is that Void takes time to come online. The hero that has a big ultimate, but for quite a long time in the game, it's his team taking advantage of the space bought by the ultimate, rather than him being the one to use that ultimate to get kills. So the way to beat this hero is to ensure that the game is over well before the point where the damage is actually starting to rack up inside the bubble, outside of the other heroes, just from the Void himself. Unfortunately, I don't think that with the way that LGD has drafted right now, I'm not sure this anti-mage is going to help them press tempo fast enough to outpace this Faceless Void so that the Void doesn't actually come online fully. If they get to late game, they can't, like, what do they do against Faceless Void this game? Like, properly late game. Literally nothing right now. So, I definitely want to see whatever hero they get, fifth pick. It's complicated because now I'm thinking that they might have to run Pango in the 4 position, pick up something else for Faith Beyond. I'm not sure that Pango is going to be... I'm not sure with Puck anti-mage, Pangolier is the hero that can be like the spearhead, right? That can win you the game. Can win a lot of fights, and the mid game is going to be terrifying from Psg Lgd. In particular, these huge team fight combos, Dream Coil, the Rolling Thunder, with just when you thought it was all over, overgrowth to hold you in position. There's a lot that they have, but is it game winning? That's my contention, that's my issue here. In Vici Gaming, with Lesh Lion, you can hold a game for a while, making it feel very difficult to come up the hill, especially against heroes like Puck. I don't know about this one. Very confident anti-mage pick. On the bright side, the only insta-disable is the Lion. Often one of the best ways to deal with anti-mage is having more than one instance of immediate disable against this hero. We'll still see though, because Vici had the 10th overall pick, so whatever hero they get for themselves in the off lane can fulfill this. So Old 11, by and large, I think right now is the best player on Vici Gaming. Feels like a very Old 11 patch. Throughout the years, Old 11 just, when it's an Old 11 patch, you know it. And he's feeling hella good about himself. Axe now picked by Psg Lgd. Alright, this is actually the kind of hero that can accelerate the game fast enough for them. As we mentioned earlier, it does mean Pango plays 4, but that's perfectly acceptable. I actually prefer Pango 4 right now, in these days. LGD still don't have like... Their damage output is still a bit wonky in the sense that they don't have... They have really good catch, right? But they don't, none of the nuns necessarily dish out the damage. They need to get lucky with the spins. It's not like you pick Mars, for example, who, when he gets on top of you, something is going to happen that results in a kill. But the axe can be somewhat tumultuous to ensure that you get what you need. So Vici, what will we have as exploit here? The other day we saw a Baden LC. Which team was it that picked those two? Also had a Lesh that game. Crazy, there was tons of pressure out for Lesh. My life. Yesterday we actually saw a Baden LC with Ayo from Team Liquid. It looked terrible, please. Vici. Slaughterhouse banned. Slaughterhouse banned. Slaughterhouse banned. One pick. They can pick the... Only Vici Gaming in 2021 would say to themselves, let's put Faceless Void in the offlane. Honestly, this is so dope, dude. This is the dopest thing in the world. I'm pretty happy about this. Alright, I'm happy. I'm hyped. I am down. I'm gonna see it. Okay. So Poyoyo on this Ursa right now. Him being in this game, okay. So they're looking at those drops, Poyoyo, and they're saying to themselves, okay, it's pretty apparent what they want to do, right? Exactly what we're talking about. Lots and 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 lots of tempo, lots of pressure, lots of running at you. As this keeps happening, you definitely wanted a hero that's not like Faceless Void, because you know Void is going to need the time that we were discussing earlier. So you pick up this Poyoyo Ursa. Now you have this hero that is really good against these cores on the side of LGD. Very good at fighting against the anti-mage, very good at fighting against the axe. In this game as well. Old 11 can eventually scale into a really strong portion of the game, but that doesn't really matter as much as the fact that they just wanted the chrono. Now they're like, okay, until we get to the late game, this Void feels like he's gonna have a rough time. We're not sure they win the game before then, but why take the risk? Let's just get the bubble. That's all we're really interested in right now. And pick up a hero that can help us fight in the immediate term. This way, you're not really relying just purely on the Leshrac to dish out all the damage for you in the middle of the fight. You also have access to this Ursa who's running around, making life extremely difficult for these heroes on the edges. And now you have the necessary burst, both physically and magically, if you can catch these elusive heroes like Puck. Alright, Vici, let's see what y'all got. Let's go. Game number 1 here in the I-League for today. Psg Lgd taking on the side of Vici Gaming. as it stands right now, Vici, 3rd overall, PSG Lgd are 2nd. So this is the kind of game that makes a difference. It does matter. Nobody wants to end I-League. Yeah, sure, it might not be DPC. Might not be potentially worth $1 million. But with Dota players, does anybody actually want to lose a game no matter how trivial? I don't think so. So let's go. Let's do it. Observer wards already planted down in the mid lane. I'm uncertain as to whether or not these get scouted out or have been scouted out. Of course the A-God sprays. Of course the A-God sprays are gonna... A-God plays. This spray is... I feel like pretty much everybody is gonna have the spray.
That's what happened when I rush.
And the Arkosh one, that voice line, sort of like, for me, it's the modern version of Zap. That's how often I've been hearing it being spammed out. I made a somewhat controversial comment yesterday in one of the Discords. I was saying, and I hold on to it, the Dota community cannot evolve until we can move past our TZ meme. Here we go. Game 1. Lgd will snag some bounties on their side. It's all good. Just 2-2 trade. It's not going to be one of these situations where we have an atypical start. So, here we go. Nothing to say. Playing on his puck. This hero and his Death Prophet really helped to put him on the map. Well, actually, no. I'd rather say the Ember is probably number 2 and then DP 3rd. Compared and contrasted to XM, who just went heads up on the DP all the way to number 1 in China. So Puck versus Lesh. We've been seeing this matchup. But we've also been seeing Ori, who's often playing the Lesh rack. He's been getting a lot more innovative about how he decides to play this one out to make sure that he can actually win. Saw him win the matchup yesterday against the Puck. Wonder if he'll repeat that success again today. Nice splitter. For Vici Gaming, this lane is a little bit more important than it is for Psg Lgd. Because if Ori has a bad time here and or dies like once or twice, a lot of their mid-game damage is locked behind the Leshrac, so they need him to have a much better performance than what Lgd need from the Puck. Puck just needs to land Dream Coils every now and then. Axe will make sure that heroes stay in position long enough to actually kill them, so the off lane super important for Lgd, the mid super important for Vici. And the safe lane for Vici Gaming with the anti-mage, this is the peculiar lane because it's been literal years since I've seen the off-lane Faceless Void. Interestingly enough, this is actually a good lane for the Void. One of the reasons why, right? Because he's playing in this off-lane role, as long as he just has, he doesn't have a mango or a stick right now, but if he just has enough mana for a time walk, he's pretty much happy with the lane. But the main thing is that he can lane with time lock, so you have this harassing tool. You don't mind that much if you're not getting as much farm as you would in the safe lane, because remember, it's all just about surviving and getting experience in the situation. If this was the old days, Faceless Void would most certainly build Aghanim Scepter first, but looks like this game going for the... This is going to be such a fun build. Going for the Helm of the Dominator for himself. Dash. Finding himself upset here because Nothing to Say has stolen away both water runes. It is what it is. Psg Lgd though, if they get themselves off to a good start in the laning phase, it will prove to be quite problematic for Vici. Especially Vici are slightly behind because this Psg Lgd team peaks a lot sooner. Of course, we'll also have to monitor the condition of the anti-mage, ensure that Ame does have a good performance here. Ame anti-mage. When last have I seen this? It's been such a while. You just throw out the stun onto him. He was running forth with some immediate harass. Up lane. UI just trading hit with Shin Q as Fate Beyond. He's making sure he can get his farm, but unfortunately not much pressure he can really put onto this Ursa. Poyoyo is going to be, outside of this old 11 Faceless Void being the X factor for the team, Poyoyo also needs to have a really good game for Vici Gaming. Otherwise, they're lacking quite a bit of damage without him. I'm still really interested in this Faceless Void build. Helm of the Dominator Rush. Not even buying item first, like buying it before even picking up boots. But I've learned over the years, you don't question all 11. Well, until he loses, then you're like, what the hell, man? Dumb stuff is happening. Oh, top lane, DY, is he first blood? Is he first blood? Yes, he is. Shinkyu will be able to chase him down with the Pango. Gets off the lucky shot, so the slow is there. All he needs to pick up the bonus burst of gold. That feels quite nice. That feels quite nice. Gonna say? He knew he's falling very low, but he's like, yeah, let me just make sure I get myself away. Stay into safety. Yeah, Astor went for anti-mage yesterday for Monet. And they ended up winning that game. And that game was against the Leshrac. Wait, did they win or lose that game? I can't remember actually.
Thank you.
It feels like Leshrac's just been winning every game. But we've been seeing a lot of Chinese Dota, so things start to blend together after a while. UI in the top lane will just be zoning back Shinkyu as in the lane itself. Yo. Just making sure that Faithian is experiencing some degree of pressure, but primarily concerned with his own farm here. They're about to lose DUI. Yeah, they are. This is really good for Faithian. Now that he's got 2 points into the counter helix, he can actually spend time in this top lane. I mean, yeah, sure, it's annoying to take some of the harass from Ursa with 3-point swipes, but Ursa doesn't have that much sustain just yet, so you still feel fine. Beautiful counter spell bottom by Ame, but here comes Ori to try and make sure that this fight goes in the direction of Vici. Innocence will lead them away from the precious anti-mage. Should be a kill eventually. Oh, no mana left on Ori. UIW doesn't have any mana either, so Innocence will die here, but steals the bounty. Hashtag worthy. Draws their attention so far away from the AM. Takes the bounty on the way out. Nothing of value is truly lost. It's not first blood or anything. Hashtag worth. Nothing to say. Will now trigger off the Dream Coil middle onto DY. They use their Photic Shield to try and protect the Abaddon. Unfortunately, as it expires, way too much spell damage will emerge from Nothing to Say. So they find some immediate revenge for the loss of their Treant Protector. Feels good, man. Good game for Psg Lgd.
Precious bounty.
Meantime, bottom. We almost have it. Almost have the Helm of the Dominator. We're gonna see it. Has anybody actually played this HOTD Faceless Void before? Please tell us about your experiences. Mid lane, Nothing to Say might be in some danger here. He's already used the Elusio Orb, however, Ori recognizes that he's too close to the tier 1, so a split earth will not connect here. Right now, Vici Gaming gotten some form from themselves from the laning phase. First 8 minutes of the game. Faceless Void, ironically enough, is the net worth leader. But right now, since Axe has vacated the top lane, right, it's just farming Dire jungle. He's interspersed between jungle and the lane itself, but with all this time change, oh, all 11 might end up being brought down here. Can he time walk away? No, he cannot. And he's not level 6 just yet, so there's no Chronosphere for him. Nothing to Say also wants to help kill PYW, and they should succeed in doing so. Alright. 4 heroes in this part of the map here for the side of Psg Lgd, as they do want to find a tier 1 tower, bring it down. They're not playing with Leshes or anything, so they want to make sure that they get their push going as soon as humanly possible. Faithian. Are we going to have movement top from the side of Vici Gaming to try and deal with this Axe? Because they have to recognize that they cannot really play a game against an overfarmed Axe in this one. So do everything you can to try and slow down and limit him. You see there was some movement to the top side of the map here. Unfortunately, already backed off. Both supports will tell Poyo, let's rather farm the jungle, dude. We don't really have any vision of where the whole team is at present. Especially the tree, he's down bottom, hiding with the nature's guys behind the tier 1. So they're gonna decide to take the risk now. They go onto him. There was the core. PYW finds the hex. Do they have the slow? Do they have the damage? Poyo will be able to pick this one up. Pops the enrage for it, but hashtag worth, baby.
Blood from my claws.
You certainly want a scenario where you get yourself easy axe kill like that. Keep him depressed in the map. Make sure he doesn't get the early blink dagger. Honestly, when he comes back online and he's on the map, I would like to see them just go with the faceless void. Just pop the chrono on him. The one really bright spot as well for the side of Psg Lgd is the fact that they do have access to this Treant Protector, so this bottom lane stays protected forever. And any lane that Psg Lgd find themselves able to defend can be healed up, which is a major boon when you're playing against a Leshrac lineup. Generally, when you're playing up against these Leshracs, you find this massive issue where you just have to be on your side of the map and eventually your tower goes down. But Tree helps mitigate that somewhat. His rotations coming in bottom, old 11. Ooh, time walk away from the Dream Coil. Big plays there from the Faceless Void. Old 11 outplays, nothing to say. And he does this while there's a Sea Dragon wave in middle for Ori. So now a lot of pressure is going to be going onto the tier 1 tower. This doesn't feel good. The rest of the team just going to be farming the jungle in the meantime. Fortunately though, they do have access to the tree as we said, so Innocence makes sure that Ori doesn't feel comfortable actually staying on the high ground without pressure with the Diabolic Edict. So All 11 does have this sort of defiance, right? Right now, he's walking around. I love that he got this witch. The witch slow is actually no joke, this fast attack. Like 25% move slow, that's no joke. Utility Faceless Void, y'all. Utility Faceless Void. Who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk it? So, for now though, Psg Lgd, all they really are interested in is getting this Blink Dagger for Faith Beyond. And after this Witchblade is complete for the Puck, I think he needs Blink as well. Doesn't feel like a Yule's game to me, this one. So definitely glad that he's going for Witchblade Blink. I mean, in the meantime, getting closer towards having the Battle Fury. Vici Gaming have not really put too much emphasis on trying to pressure this AM right now. I think rightly and correctly recognizing that for them it's more important to get their core items up quickly. Because as we spoke about earlier, they peak a little bit sooner. But as I say that, we now see movement. Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, what? Okay, Chrono gets a kill onto the AM, nothing to say. Gets off a 3-hero Dream Coil. They are going to actually be able to find him with the stun. Finger of Death will be there as well. Oh my goodness. Okay, Leshrac reveals his Yules onto the Puck. And, okay, I did not know that the units you get from Helm of the Dominator still are active inside the bubble. So, this actively is, let's see how many seconds of disable is this, right? Central Conqueror War Stomp is 2.5. Plus Chronosphere duration of 4, plus Split Earth duration of 2, plus Impaled Earthspike duration of 2.6, plus Hex of 2.5, over 12 seconds of CC available. Good times, good times, good times. Alright, Old 11 already has popularized the offlane Broodmother with the pipe. Yep, I see what we're gonna get next. Okay. Helm of the Dominator Faceless Void. Let's go, boys. That was... wow. Oh, rip pubs, rip pubs. Oh Oh man, that was awesome. Okay, now suddenly, you know what really sucks about this? We've been seeing that now when teams play against Vici Gaming, they have to prioritize banning away the old 11 Broodmother. Now you have to ban old 11 Faceless for it. Imagine. Fight's about to start now over this party rune. There's going to be 2 heroes, Porter the Dream Quail. Psg Lgd desperately wanted to reveal this Blink Dagger from the axe, but now it was not looking like such a certain prospect. This is really good. If they can hold against this Blink Dagger without him actually using it on the map on the side of Vici for the next like 2 minutes, that's like super good for them. Void almost has Helm of the Overlord, and then we're gonna have ourselves some Ancients. Alright, so let's think of what cheese is available. Oh, nice Blink Call, but not the best target here. And he's already taken... Oh, this sucks so much. That's actually so unlucky. So, Faith Beyond, normally when you get the Abaddon that low on HP that he has to trigger Borrow Time, you can kill him with the Culling Blade, right? Unfortunately for him, just as the Borrow Time triggered, Q activated the Swashbuckle, so that did too much damage and brought DY back up into a threshold where he wouldn't die anymore from Culling Blade. That's really unfortunate, and that's the first blink of the game. Yeah. Alright, make your votes, chat. Say 1 in chat if you think we're gonna get Black Dragons spitting fire everywhere, or 2 if you think it's gonna be Ancient Granite Golems giving Leshrac more than 2k HP. What's it gonna be? Speaking of Leshrac, what is he building? BTs into the Sanj and Kaya. Might kill him middle. Where is the Abaddon? Abaddon's not nearby, so he needs to be somewhat careful with his positioning. Only the Lion that's there, so no easy save from the Aphotic Shield.
Top tower is under attack.
One of each, yeah. Just give us all the Ancients, man.
It's under attack.
I have no idea how Vici Gaming have still managed to keep this game so even. Oh god, they found the stun onto this puck and they bring him down. Faith Beyond tried to save him with the jump in on the core, but instead only finds himself giving up his own life. Psg Lgd. Yet again losing 2 core heroes. They're not done just yet. PYW will reveal his Blink Dagger by going further forward onto Q, helping to get the second kill. 3 will fall middle and the tower will be taken. Vici Gaming. What a jump, man. Yo. Psg Lgd now have to just watch. Well, they don't have any vision of the area, but they know for a fact Roshan is being taken right now. It was the Ancient Granite Golem. It's tanking the Rosh. Old 11, baby. New meta. Overlord Faceless Void. They do lose Leshrac though in the top lane. Do they take the upcoming fight for this one? Blink Dagger gonna be on cooldown still. Faith Beyond was the one that found the catch. If they get Blade Mail on this axe, that's such a huge number against the Leshrac. Does mean that we won't be able to get that early patented Manta style build on the axe, but will definitely be worth it. The issue that I have with Lgd and the fact that the reason why I was saying earlier why it's so good for Vici to be even, but ahead is even better. Psg Lgd have the natural advantage at this stage of the game with like just their level, spell usage, etc. But if Vici is even on gold and outstripping you, in fact, they have such a huge late game advantage that being able to win out the game now effectively means that there's very few pods left into the game for Psg Lgd. Vici Gaming. Right now, the one bright spot for Lgd is the anti-mage. Ame is fighting like a boss, but a lot of pressure on this AM. to effectively dominate the game solo.
Radiant's middle tower.
Options are there to do so. Oh, we see top. They catch out the puck yet again. PYW. 2 core heroes at once. Are you kidding me? Nothing to say. Will end up getting ticked out to the Pulse Nova. Faith Beyond, can he escape from this? DY trying to slow him down with the curse. PYW will be there with the Earth Spike. Doesn't connect, but the Hex will be available in a couple of seconds. Faith Beyond will just get used up though, so Ori will get the split Earth and they have the damage. Another 2 heroes fall. Man, do y'all remember at the beginning of the previous meta when every single game was puck storm, 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 and then people started picking Lion, and then suddenly it was like, yeah, let's not pick puck anymore, first 2. I don't even see why, man. Bringing back good memories. PYW with this Blink Dagger, instant initiation onto the puck. Yet again, opening up space on the map for Vici Gaming as they now will attempt to press forward for this tier 2. LGD looks like they want to stack up to defend this. I feel like that's a mistake. I think you let this one go. I mean, don't get involved, fam. He jumps in, look for Ori. There's going to be the Mana Void, however. There will be the Aquatic Shield, and they still have the Chrono if they want to use it. Old 11 does get it off right now, and they will be able to find it. Overgrowth will be there. Where's the follow-up stun and damage go? Look at the Earth Spike! Yet again, PYW helping them to bring down Shin-Q. Now the rest of them should be in danger here. Faith Beyond and Innocence were the ones caught out by this. At the very least, Ame could blink away, but Faith Beyond will not be so lucky. He ends up dying. Nothing to say. Gets off a pretty good Dream Quill. Aquatic Shield though, with the Mist Quill, they're still keeping Ori alive. He was on a sliver of HP, but he does not die. Suddenly, nothing to say. Finds that he's the one that's overextended, and it's a triple kill for Poyoyo. As Vici Gaming clean up house in the top lane. Psg Lgd make a drastic mistake, fight into the Aegis, and get very, very punished for it.
Radiant structures, they're fortified.
Psg Lgd. Oof. Fortunately, Anti-Mage using the Mana Void a little bit too soon. They initiate. You can't initiate with Mana Void though. GG. Imagine how good you feel after that fight as the Leshrat. Like, you actually don't die in that engagement? Are you kidding me? Shin-Q will also try now to interrupt Poyoyo farming these Radiant Ancients. Poyoyo's like, dude, these are my Ancients, fam. Why are you here? They catch old 11, Faceless Void, in a bit of danger here, and they will be able to bring him down. I can only imagine how satisfied Psg Lgd are with that kill. They must be feeling themselves right now. UI dub. Again? 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 Yes, again. Yes, again.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yo. When after this game, when Nothing to Say goes like to the bathroom, he's gonna switch on the light. He's gonna have to check behind the door, make sure PYW isn't waiting for him. Oh my god. UI dub, man. What a player. And Poyoyo building into the Satanic. This is some value clarity, boy. Max mana, but you're like, I'm running out of slots, y'all. Let's go. We'll pop the clarity and just farm the jungle. Good times. So from this, with the Aegis expired, they haven't claimed a tier 2 in the middle or bottom just yet. They want to be able to take that and then secure themselves a tier 2 tower. As per usual, guess who initiates the play? PY Dub, man. PY Dub, what a player. Tier 2 middle now will be taken. Very limited amount that even a tree can do about this. Vici Gaming now claim themselves the tier 2 tower. Already porting bottom. They want to look for a play here. Okay, they don't see the Treant. They know he's in the vicinity, but because of nature's guys, they don't have the adequate vision. Ultimately, they just want the outpost, and Ori just wants to push bottom into the tier 2 tower. So, unconcerned in the grand scheme of things about the presence of Innocence.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I feel like there's no contest, right? If they win this game on Vici, PY Dub gets that putting in work, man of the match award, no contest, right? Easy. There's a big smoke now on Psg Lgd as they want to try find a move here. Old 11 will send forth his army, Ancient Granite Golem and the Thunderhide. Look at where he's positioned right now. Can they actually kill him? Woo! A lot of damage. Do they have him? Honestly, if it wasn't Anti-Mage that was attacking him, right, and burning his mana, he actually would have lived. He would have gotten off the chrono, he'd be fine. Puck might be in some danger here. Has to use the Dream Call to ensure that it doesn't get caught out. But now here comes Faith Beyond looking for PYW. Has the blink as well. Will they be able to catch it? Also Split Earth. Be careful. Gonna connect onto Anti-Mage. Oh no! We'll be able to blink away though to keep the fight alive. Faith Beyond won't be so lucky. Caught out on the other side of the fight. Innocence will use the Overgrowth to try and escape. In the meantime, Finger of Death does end up bringing down the axe. Innocence prevents it from escaping by the rest of Vici Gaming, so they will be able to find both support. Nothing to say. Try to interrupt the fight from the right hand side, but will not be able to keep that pressure up, so just escapes himself. Ends up being a 2-for-1 in the grand scheme of things. It's sort of fired with the grab of Old 11, but they kept going up onto the high ground. Puck wanted to steal the bounty rune, ends up starting a fight that way. Fight that does not go the way of Psg Lgd. This game is awesome. This game is one of the best games I've seen in a while. So much fun. Vici pressing onto the tier 2 tower down bottom. Ancient Granite Golem. I still can't believe this. Look at this HP. 3k HP for the Ursa. 25 minutes in. What are you supposed to do about this? Like, how are you supposed to control this? There you go. Oh, nice jump in. Faith Beyond gets the call. They are able to bring back Poyayo. Poyayo though still very tanky here. But shield still behind him. DY won't trigger the borrow time, but they have managed to melt down the axe first and foremost. In the meantime though, Ori falling low on HP. PYW will be the first one to fall. Poyayo doesn't die to the Mana Boy. DY manages to keep him alive. However, DY does get brought down. Here's Old 11 on the high ground waiting potentially with the chrono. They also will end up losing Ori deep behind the tier 2 tower. Nothing to say. Finally hunts and snuffs out his nemesis. Can they escape? Vici, what will it be? Nothing to say. Makes the jump. There will be a time dilation right before the Waning Rift connects, so they won't actually have enough to bring down Old 11. Now suddenly Old 11 will turn this, gets off his own chronosphere. He takes over the creep mid-chrono because his own creeps were destroyed. Will he have the damage to bring down this puck? No, he will not. He still had his ancients. Perhaps he has the potential there. At the very least, he does not die. But Psg Lgd show signs of life as they fight back, defend the tier 2, and force Vici Gaming back onto their side of the map. Yeah, feels bad all. No bash inside the chrono, just got really unlucky. With max bash as well, feels bad, man. That's why it's important to practice using your bash button. Roche will now be respawning as the big man returns. It is now time to see whether or not Vici can take the next Aegis. Psg Lgd do not want to let that happen, so they need to take this fight. The way this game is going right now, fortunately for them, Old 11 has not built in for damage inside the bubble. Actually going for the Aghanim Scepter, so he has the big time walk. Time dilation is actually a huge spell this game. Oh, perfect. You love to see a DY being the hero that gets caught out at the very beginning here. Rolling Thunder will also come through. They trigger off the borrow time. Enrage has to be used. Dream Claw was also snapped out. Ori, you don't have BKB, my friend. What the hell are you doing? Ori's very far forward and the river ends up going down. Faith Beyond now able to find a good blink core up onto the high ground, snagging both Old 11 and PYW, but no kills just yet. At the same time, Finger of Death out onto Arming. They almost got that kill, but there's going to be a huge meme hammer catching out onto 3 to prevent them from chasing. At the same time, though, they do not have enough in the tank to keep this fight on. As Arme is retreating, nothing to say, is already managed to kill Ori. With the buyback from DY, they do decide to retreat. With both Faith Beyond as well as Shin-Q dead, this actually opens up Roche because without Overgrowth, all you're relying on inside the pit is a huge Blink Core or Swashbuckle, Rolling Thunder, etc. Nothing to say, doesn't want to actually commit his life for this. I mean, he's got Blink, he goes in, who gets the Aegis, Poyoyo will get it. Nothing to say now, might be in some danger, Bash will be there, but Ame goes in, wants to try to find maybe old 11. There will be a time dilation, so Ame needs to be in trouble. Dumping away with the Blink. Meme Hammer catches out onto 2. There's going to be a chrono though from old 11 snagging directly this park, but without the left track, they do not have the additional control, so therefore old 11 will end up falling. They do get that kill. DY will also take a tumble. Poyoyo will be the lone survivor of this. He does have the Aegis, but not for much longer as he respawns. Psg Lgd already stacked up. They can take this life. PYW trying to make things open. Wait, what? PYW is open enough space for Poyoyo to at least get the 1 kill. Now with the respawn of this Ursa and popping the enrage, what can he do? Here comes Ori on the other side of the fight, looking to get involved with all of this magical damage. At the same time though, nothing to say. Wants to help the anti-mage jump directly onto this Lesh, and Lesh will get mana voided. Not even, they actually managed to hold it, so they can jump back onto Poyoyo. Finally, LGD will get the much needed team wipe. Woo, what a fight! What an engagement! Vici Gaming end up losing everybody.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Ori, mate! Ori! What's happening, huh? What's happening? Ori literally feeds his life twice in that fight. Oh my god, what the hell? Runs into the river in the middle of everyone. To go throw out a split earth? What are you doing, mate? What are you doing? Then he dies, comes back to life, and sees an Ursa all by his lonesome. Instead of like being, okay, the safest place for me is probably right next to Ursa, so that at least if we do get jumped by the anti-mage, Ursa's right next to me, so we immediately turn, making it a dangerous place for AM to be. Nah fam, I'ma just chill on the outskirts of the fight, it's all good. Yeah, I know they have Puck, I know they have anti-mage, but what could possibly go wrong? Oh boy. Either TP to Ursa or don't TP at all, but don't give up the team right. Ori. Yo, Ori actually by himself almost swung a 6k gold beat. I think I have to take it back. Well, okay, no man, check this out, right? If Vici Gaming win, PYW 100% MVP for his team. If Psg Lgd win, Ori 100% MVP for LGD. So no matter what, a Vici player is the MVP this game. Nothing to say though. Did go for the phase shift attack talent. Now has Chrysalis, Sanj and Kaya, Witchblade, doing a really disgusting amount of damage. And it's really problematic, the fact that even when they chrono him, it only happens when the Lesh is not nearby, so there's no follow-up. If they're able to kill the Puck at the very beginning of the fight, things look a lot better for Vici. But Puck is now in the stage where he quietly does an absurd amount of damage. You have to do everything in your power to either be able to play as a full unit or prevent Puck from just having his own free time in the fights.
Double damage.
Let's see though, they want to look for a fight. They're smoked up. Ancient Planet Golem with the Thunderhide. Lol. So funny. It's still hilarious. What's he building next? I'm gonna go for Blink next. Avoid.
It's under attack.
Psg Lgd are aware that a smoke move is happening right now, so they are stacked up on the high ground. Not making any aggressive moves here. Old 11. Wants Blink Dagger for initiation. That way. Alright, here's the play, right? If you get the Blink Dagger, that way you can actually catch Ori. You know Ori is gonna misplay, so you can get to him in time. Old 11 will get Swashbuckle on the high ground, does manage to time walk away. Dreamcoil, pointless to use by nothing to say, as DY being a target that is revealed. Does not feel like he's the first person you want to jump on right now, so rather just let him go.
'Tis mine.
Got a nice jump onto old 11. There wasn't a Photic shield. Can they keep old 11 alive long enough? No, they cannot. They do manage to find that kill. Poyoyo came in to potentially look for a save. Not going to be able to get it. And Ori Almost got caught out middle as well. Now turning with the lightning storm. Split earth will not connect thanks to the force staff. Getting Fate beyond the safety. Vici Gaming now want to wait for the respawn of the Faceless Void. Doesn't have buyback, so it comes down to it. They'll sacrifice the tier 2 tower for now. It's really problematic for Vici that Psg Lgd seem to almost always be able to actually catch one of their targets and drop all these spells, and it's almost always a vital target now. Whenever they find DUI, they're like, meh. But they're catching the Oris, they're catching the old 11s.
Invisibility.
AM now is net worth leader on the map. It is still a fairly difficult game to play heads up into the entirety of Vici as the anti-mage. However, you're playing not heads up versus a split lineup. Oh, middle. Oh god, they found the split earth. UIW was able yet again to reach onto the far side of the fight and find a way to win this out. Nothing to say. Dude, just chrono him. Oh, 11. Okay, they didn't need to. They end up losing the Lion there, but it ends up being well worth it. Yet again, initiating in the mid lane. Blink, 2 heroes with the Earth Spike, setting up for this 2-hero split Earth. Ame now can do nothing about this. Not that much real estate for them to push on the side of Vici, however, given that they are playing into a Treant Protector, so unless they secure the tower in the top lane or at bottom, pretty much no point. In a sense, with Meme Hammer. I actually can't believe this Leshrak's only buying BKB now. I feel like BKB was more important than Lincoln Sphere, personally. Against everything that they have on the side of Psg Lgd. In a sense, cutting creep waves. He builds into the Aghanim Scepter and keep this game also in some level of stasis pretty much forever. Vici Gaming.
Double damage.
Game. What a game. What a game. Nothing to say, is about to crack 25. Of course, at 25 in this game, you go for yourself the Dream Coil Rapid Fire Talent, man. The Daedalus. Oh, jump. No. Please tip. Someone tip. Anti-mage. Throw out the tips, man. Why would you think that's the real AM? That was... Alright, bro. Now they can't fight the entire map. They have to play very, very safe because the anti-mage is strong enough that he's only really afraid of a chronosphere. There's no chrono. He's not going to be scared to jump into the fight, so... Please don't fight here, Vici. Please don't do this. Okay, they're gonna go onto this AM. They're gonna try to jump him. Let's see what they got. Yo. Gonna try to close the gap. Unfortunately, won't be able to do so. Fate Beyond will be able to get off the core, dragging him towards the fight. Old 11 now, jumping onto the Puck. Puck will get bashed. Puck is gonna die. Okay. Anti-mage might not be scared of anything but the big chronosphere, but that's not the same for the Puck. Yo got caught in by the core. At the same time, though, there was an Aphotic Shield. Nice split earth. Holding the fight. Shin Q forced to go. Rolling up here in the middle of the fray. Overgrowth onto 4 heroes coming in from Innocent. They forced off away the Faceless Void onto the high ground. Face Beyond gets forced off in to use his ultimate. Or the core there. Yo, though, still kept alive. Gets off the enrage. Old 11 does die to make sure that his cores managed to escape back into the base. Jumped in with the Aghanim Scepter to apply the time lock. Does have buyback if need be. DY is going to also end up losing his life. Culling Blade will be there from Faith Beyond. They managed to clean out 3. Die back onto the Abaddon. And another strong fight for Psg Lgd. Alright. Nothing to say, the buyback there, definitely worth it from him. An expensive buyback, but if they can get themselves this next Roshan and give him the Aegis anyway, then you're pretty much good for the money regardless. Vici Gaming, despite being able to get pick onto the puck, I'm still very much in disagreement about the idea of fighting in that area. I don't have UI, but most importantly, you don't have Chrono. Come on, dude. Can't kill anti-mage without Chrono anymore. There just is not enough damage or lockdown from Poyoyo to ensure that even during the disable of Earth Spike, Split Earth, this anti-mage is too tanky. He doesn't die from that salvo of spells. Poyoyo doesn't even have a basher or anything, so really feels peculiar the way they're deciding to take these fights on the side of Vici. On the bright side though, Chrono is back online right before the Roshan respawn, so despite this being an 8k gold lead in favor of Psg Lgd, anything can happen. This has been a topsy-turvy game. I must say that one of the things I've come to really love about chat on this channel, for some reason it seems to attract people who are arguing. Not necessarily, you know, sometimes you'll be on a big channel and people talking the dumbest thing, but even if I disagree, it feels like people at least have some purchase on the conversation when y'all are arguing in chat. It's quite nice. Most of the time. Here comes a potential fight. Psg Lgd. Understand what's at stake here. That if this Roshan goes in favor of Vici, then suddenly the game is back into an even keel. Right now they are ahead. They can feel that victory is on the cards for them. Dude, nothing to say. This is perfect. Gets himself the Aeon Disc here. Now, because he's actually been the only one that's dying when Chrono is down. Now, even that's not really a thing. He gets bubbled. Meh. All 11 doesn't do that much damage. It's all good. They are being somewhat punished now on the side of Vici for their lack of damage build from old 11. PYW didn't go for the initiation onto nothing to say. EY finds himself. Oh, nice Earth Spike. Gonna be there with the Split Earth to follow this up. Where's old 11? Where's the Chronosphere? No! Shinkyu gonna be there with the Rolling Thunder. However, they have the Aghanim shot from the Leshrac, so they have the Split Earth continually going over and over. It's gonna win them the freaking fight as they now bring down Faith Beyond. Nothing to say. Gonna look for PYW Second Life, who also brought back into this one. 3 heroes buyback on the side of Psg Lgd as they want to take this fight really badly. Faith Beyond comes in, ports in onto the outpost, is going to be able to blink forward and find the kill onto Ori. 90 seconds in the grave, no buyback for the Lesh. Leshrac finally does something useful in a fight, but still ends up dying in the end. Why the hell did he go onto the high ground, dude? Why not just win that fight and go back to base? Ori MVP. Ori MVP. Oh my god. About to lose a laner Rax now. This is 100% Ori's fault, by the way. What's happening now? If Ori had just backed, like, dude, you've gotten yourself a triple kill. Why go high ground? Why? What are you doing? Oh my god. Now they're gonna lose 2 lanes of Rax. At the very least, they don't get mega because they still have a tier 2 tower in the bottom lane. An absolutely shocking play from the Leshrac this game. The Pangolier in that fight actually came super close to also saving the entire thing because his Rolling Thunder initially jumped onto old 11 at the same time as old 11 went in for the Chrono. So if they were able to keep old 11 locked down, old 11 gonna get jumped right now. Faith Beyond, will they have the damage to kill him? The One of Void will be there, does have buyback, needs to come back as soon as possible. Yo, pops the enrage. Can he fight this all by his lonesome though? Nothing to say. Recognizing that this is a very big beef for Ursa. Pops the 8-second BKB as well, so there's absolutely no way they want to stay in front of his face, so they rather go for the easier target by bringing down the Lion close to the tier 3. It's no buyback on Lion. There's buyback on old 11. Very large creep rate bottom. I doubt he'll have to use said buyback. Oh my god. Ori.
My vigor was never in question.
I actually can't believe what I saw there. That was crazy, dude.
Void fires. Oh, please take it like
Anti-Mage now putting pressure onto the tier 2 down bottom.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Game still hangs in the balance because they just want the final lane of Rax. They did commit 3 buybacks in the previous engagement, so there is some concern as to exactly what happens if these heroes end up losing their lives. So I would caution LGD as well. Take lessons from Vici. Vici was winning this game and now they're not. The one thing that is going to be a major issue for them is that, remember what it looked like earlier before the anti-mage got super tanky? What that chain disable looked like when they were using Chrono, Warstorm from the Centaurs, etc. to try and lock them down. That degree of lockdown has now emerged once more. If they do manage to find a split Earth Stun and then follow that up with the young Earth Spike, we saw what happened in that Chrono with just Earth after Earth after Earth after Earth after Earth. His team committed 3 buybacks there to save him, and even then he ended up losing the Aegis. Game is crazy. 45 minutes into this one, 31 to 29. What the kills look like at present. Psg Lgd on the cusp of being able to win this one. Penta-Edge Sword for the AM, Spell Prism for this Puck, Minotaur Horn for Faith Beyond. Pango's out here sitting out with a Stormcrafter, Quickening Charm for Tree. Poyo also has a Penta-Edge Sword though, to be fair, to his credit. Ceremonial Robe for the Baron. I like that line as a telescope. This spell casting range is going to be insane. It's been insane already, so it's going to be fun to watch more of. Spell Prism for the Lesh. Would actually like to see Bloodstone coming out for this hero. Like if this game goes long enough, Bloodstone after this, maybe even Octarine actually is probably better than Bloodstone. Just want as much regen as possible. Just feel like he has 0 tank ability in this game. The Hex will help if they can get it. You know why I love Dota 2 and why this is one of the best games in the world? Consider the fact that Psg Lgd have a 19k gold lead, right? But because of the fact that they don't have buyback on 3 heroes, they actually don't feel safe going to try force the game when there's no natural opportunity that emerges for them to go and end it. Because otherwise they end up losing heroes and suddenly the game's back even. So they're gonna probably wait for the next Roche, which means Vici Gaming will have time to get at least one round of items, or at the very least get close to having buyback on some of these core heroes. Ursa has it, Leshrac has it. Old 11 I don't think will have it before the Roche take can happen, but we'll probably have it before the next high ground fight. Ame on this AM still has some room to grow. Can get the Aghanim's Blessing, take away the Ag slot, and then still pick up this E-Blade it looks like. Then can still pick up like a Moonshot, but after that we have reached the zenith of what's possible. The mid lane, Puck, PYW, wasn't there in time. Puck also has Aeonder, so they weren't going to be able to get that kill anyway. Psg Lgd prioritizing making sure that they can secure vision and control around the high ground area
Time is money.
just before this Roche comes up. Do not want that outpost being available for Vici to TP onto. That is actually the E-Blade the best. I feel like if it goes like Heart or something, he just never dies. All they have to do, right, if they can keep Anti-Mage alive through Bubble and the Split Earth combo, he lives this fight and he's fine. Myrtle, PYW will get caught out, doesn't have buyback either. Very reckless positioning here. Older level gets a chrono onto 5 heroes. Oh my god. Will this be the fight they finally needed? Doesn't seem like it just yet. Split Earth will connect onto the anti-mage yet again. Beyond falling fairly low will get the split. The full stop away. He is still alive for now. There's just no damage on Vici. Huge mana void from Ame onto the Faceless Void. They get the pop. Nothing to say. Does die, but does buy back into this Poyoyo. Wanted to try and reach for Faith Beyond. Nothing to say. Already back into the fight as he brought back while his Lucio was still flying out. He's easily able to close the gap. 5-0 chrono. Unfortunately, because there's no lion there and the only source of damage is the lash, it's just not enough. Just not enough. Just not enough. If lion was still alive and PYW wasn't the one that got caught, it was DUI that died, that's a very different fight. But LGD, unfortunately for them, they brought back on nothing to say, so until they get this Roshan, they can't go high ground. Hex now picked up by the Lesh. Would have been great if he had this in that fight itself. Did they kill that lion straight? And even with Aeon does. Oh, jump in. Ursa. He just popped the enrage, gets used up into the air. Can he escape this? He ran really far forward here, the Ursa. He does have buyback though. Can they keep him alive? No, they cannot. We'll have to buy back. We'll definitely have to buy back. Nice pull though from Faith Beyond up onto the high ground. They get PYW yet again. Split Earth did come through from Ori with the BKB present, but there just is not enough lockdown without this line and not enough damage without Poyoyo. So they are just going to be losing heroes left and right. Faith Beyond gets a pull. Might actually be in some danger here, but Ori now doesn't have BKB, so in the most danger of all. Split Earth does connect onto the anti-mage, but there's still not enough disable to keep him in position. He's able to run around the rest of the fight. In the meantime, Ori ran out of mana, running very low on HP. Poyoyo with this buyback with his BKB down. They cannot afford to lose the bear. 4-star 4 to try and keep him alive is going to be an in-rate. 4-star 4 from Faith Beyond ensures that they can get the quick kill onto Ori. Now Poyoyo is surrounded. Poyoyo is killed. And that should be the end of the game. GG, well played is called. Psg Lgd takes game number 1 here against the side of Vici Gaming. Woo! 51 minutes of a slobber knocker that ends in favor of the boys in blue and red. Hot damn. Hot damn. Now that's a way to start a game of Dota. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to see. Whew. Damn. Damn. That was magnificent. Chef's kiss type of Dota right there. Hey, alright, listen, I'm not even joking. Ori, yo. Ori, dude. Lincoln's first. Feeding. I actually lost count of how many times Ori fed this game. Yeah, dude. I'm 100%. Yo, Ori hard carried this game for them, for LGD. Because there were at least 4 fights that Vici won. And Ori is like, nah. I'ma go feed a life right quick. Oh gosh, Ori. And then the rest of Vici started playing not so well. They started this game in a lot of really good fashion for themselves. And I think one of the things that they did well is utilizing the Chronosphere in an innovative way and making sure there's always damage available around it. However, there was a period of the game where they were able to reliably kill Anti-Mage, or at the very least threaten him enough that he can't stay in any fight, in any given engagement. He always has to run away or something. And Vici would either take those fights and then immediately give up an advantage they got after taking that fight, or when the moment would come where they have the necessary items or the necessary level peaks for that fight to happen, they end up not taking it and this farm has gotten on the map. Like, for me, it makes no sense that this draft from the side of Vici that we only saw, I think, twice in the game, full movement from them that resulted in a chrono that turned into a team fight. It still was very often the case that Psg Lgd was playing with a higher tempo and that we expected it from their draft. And Vici Gaming read that and tried to counter it with the last pick on the Ursa so they can play at a similar timing, but at that timing. They just don't exploit their own strength. And unfortunately, they just peaked, and all 11's in the off lane. You know, not like it's a safe lane Faceless Void who can go mano a mano with an anti-mage late game. Playing this hero, gone for an extremely utility-orientated build, not very tanky either. And the thing is though, because he's also such a huge source of their team fight on the side of Vici, I want to say that as the game went on, all 11's positioning got a bit bizarre for me, because you'd see him in certain parts of the fight where, especially at the forefront, where he can't be there. The reason he can't be there, he has to be available to have the counter initiation with the chrono. That's the only counter initiation they have. The only initiation they have is the blink from this lion. And all 11 and PYW, the two of them were often the ones getting caught out first as the game tended on and on. Like early game, yo, PYW especially looked godlike, was amazing, right? Finding every initiation on the map. But things get difficult, you're getting drawn further and further apart from yourselves. Vici just don't have what it takes, ultimately, to take game number 1. Psg Lgd do. So they are now ahead and find themselves feeling good, feeling happy before they go into the second game here in the I-League. Remember that I-League is, in all the fixtures, double headers. Play one round, you play the other. Funnily enough, this is one of the first games between these two sides, so always important to be able to grab the first fixture. Let's see who's going to grab game 2. So PSG, they have an advantage. They're loading up. Let's see what they got. In the meantime, make sure that you are limbered up. Go get yourself some water. Drink something. Calm yourself down. After all that hype, I feel like we definitely all need something. Also, make sure that you are following the channel. If you are here for the first time, come through, hang out, say what's up in the young chat. Yeah, LGD played way better. LGD played way better. Way better. Well, make sure that you are following, like I said. Also, if you want to become a supporter of the stream, be like Rob. Rob pulled through earlier. Thank you so much, comrade, for the subscription. 2 more, and we are at 100 gold, which is great. We're going to increase the goal, of course, because we want to keep growing. We don't want to stay stagnant. You can also decide to become a supporter through Patreon by hitting the big orange button underneath the description of the stream, or you can decide to make a one-time donation through PayPal. Pango right now is the great emperor. His donations are literally paying rent. What a G. You, sir. I have no words for everything you do. And of course, the reason Pango did this, y'all should know that if you're watching on stream and you made a bet and you win your bet, 1% tax that you have to pay. I don't make this rule. Alright, anyway, with that, we'll be back very shortly with some more incredible Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to game number 2. I've been trying to time that so often. I think I finally got it right. Psg Lgd taking on Vici Gaming here in the I-League. We're going into game 2 now, where Vici, they need a win. They need a W. They need to drag themselves back over the finish line. Yesterday, they were unable to do it against eHome. Didn't look so good. Now that shakiness continues into the series against LGD. And LGD is not a team that'll do you any favors. Definitely top 3 in China right now. Arguably top 2. My opinion, it's Asta, LGD, Vici. So, you see Vici now are going to be good for the money here in game number 2. Can they recover? Can they give Ori a hero that he won't feed on? That's the real question. Will Ori evade the feed? Will he somehow be able to play a straight up game of Dota 2? Let's find out together. Here we go. Let's do it. Let's do it. So in terms of the draft, from what we see, LGD, see the first thing going to be overall pick of Vici with the Treant Protector. Definitely think there was an underrating on my side. I didn't get to see Innocent and talk about him that much. I mean, I'm using directed camera now, so cameraman not really focused all that much on the Treant Protector. We understand it, but it gives them a lot of time in a game matchup like this. Playing into Nyx Enchantress. These two heroes have been super banned out every single time you watch Chinese Dota. These are the first top 2 heroes taken out. Enchantress also banned out generally in Europe, but Nyx Assassin a bit more atypical for that region. Look at the first overall ban though. The first 2. The first 4 bans from the Psg Lgd are just like all 11. Good story, bro. You are not playing Dota today. And Lion was picked by Vici. They decided to pick the Storm Spirit into the Nyx Assassin. Okay. Not as bad as picking Storm into Lion, or maybe even Leshrac into Nyx, but still fairly rough. Can be a difficult game. I imagine that he felt to himself that, well, they've got Zeus here. I want to be able to get to the Zeus. Certainly a game where Ori needs to buy BKB. I suppose the idea is that it's Ori's Storm Spirit, so just give him what he's good at. Psg Lgd with the Faith Beyond Underlord here. Preempting what the lane might look like. They already know that Ursa is banned in the game because Vici decided to remove quite a lot of army carries as well. No Spec, no Void, no Ursa. Without these 3 heroes being in the fold, Underlord very happy to play this lane. So Vici, what do they probably go for now? Like, just pick Jug before it gets banned. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. That the idea for the Storm pick is to, even though it's bad against Next Assassin, they can jump Zeus. They don't have any way to really stop the jump. Underlord can help out, like with a bit of Malice. Laying that down makes it a little bit easier for the lineup that has the Zeus to protect it a bit, but now they also pick up this Lifestealer. So not only do you have a hero that can jump the Zeus, you also have Lifestealer that can get inside the Storm Spirit. So when that jump happens onto Zeus, succeeds every single time. Because there's just no way that Zeus is going to survive against both Storm and Lifestealer. Make matters worse, you're now playing the Lifestealer lane into Underlord, which is just the happiest time in the world for this Lifestealer. What you do is still get farm for the Underlord, trade for quite a while, but you can't really zone the Lifestealer out as you'd like to do in a lot of other matchups. This is also a hero that can be very, very good against the Enchantress. Once Untouchable starts to get leveled up, Lifestealer can still kill her with the Rage. And because of all the carry heroes that have been banned out in the game up until this point already, and some of the offlane heroes, you set up somewhat for Lifestealer to have a better game. He doesn't have to play into a Doom. He's not going to be playing into a Tidehunter. Well, okay, to be fair, Jesus Christ. LGD are still just banning all 11 heroes. I mean, he's the only one that's left to pick, but my goodness. Vici. Alright. Old 11 occupied 5 of the 6 bans from the side of PS. Wait, how many actually? 1, 2, 6 of them actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 bans. Only TA that they didn't ban against Old 11 directly. What does he play here? I guess Centaur? Feel like that's all that's left? Centaur or Sand King? Centaur, Sand King, Mars, LC. Actually, there's a few offlaners in the game. And there we go. Gonna be the LC that gets picked up. Overwhelming odds. Feels like it's good in this game. Press the attack quite nice. Put the CK into the... Okay. So this is gonna be the Ame CK in the lane, right? In the lane, you can put out quite a lot of pressure onto LC, trade with her, Chaos Strike. Very good at not allowing all the levels to just sit there, gaining back all the HP in the world with the W and the Moment of Courage. You're a very decent hero against Lifestealer as well. We saw eHome actually beat Vici Gaming using the CK, but in that game they did play the CK in the off lane. Another good thing about this hero coming up at this point in time is that it's something else that's very tanky to sit in front of the Zeus. I think the real concern with this draft for LGD is what do we do when Zeus dies? Because the thing is, they don't have any saves either for the Zeus, so Zeus is going to die fairly often. CK though, they'll try to prevent that, stacking up at the forward portion of the fight. Don't have that much illusion clear either out of Vici, so every time Phantasm comes out, feels like a strong fight for LGD. Overwhelming odds will be there, but LC will have other priorities as well. That being said though, if they can actually get to the CK and duel him at the beginning of the fight before they can get off the Phantasm, fights look really difficult for PSG Lgd. It's one of those, it's going to be very similar to game 1 in a sense, in the way that I don't think PSG Lgd will ever be happy fighting unless all of them are alive. We saw in the previous game how much emphasis they placed on everybody must be up all the time, buyback as often as you have to if you need to. So that particular dynamic might also flow over into this game, but let's see how it goes. Game number 2 here in the I-League is taking place. PSG Lgd taking on the side of Vici Gaming. Alright. Alrighty, let's see what we got.
By my whiskers, that's good stuff.
You blew it!
Personally, do you think we're going to a game 3 off of the back of this?
Told you a storm was coming!
Ah, there's no stopping the weep spam. This is Dota now. Weep spam and Arteezy image spray. What can you do? Just have to accept it. That's what we gotta deal with. It is what it is. But here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Game number 2. Psg Lgd do have very scary support duo in the Nyx and Enchantress. Let's see if they can exploit the lanes enough such that Vici Gaming feel under pressure the entire time afterwards. See that Ame also has this bird at CK, the little griffin. Also, I'm so happy Zeus is in the game. Oh, which means that we get the point. They find the first blood. Okay, Vici are still gonna look for this kill. I don't think they get it though. Tier 1 tower is a little bit too threatening, and they might get de-warded here from this Zerbo that's being propped down, and they get it in time. They indeed do get the D-ward, and now Shinkyu coming forward for this. Did he give up his own life? No, he does not, because he throws out the Ravage. 4 heroes caught by the Impale. Therefore,
thanks
survives,
guys. Thanks
away.
a lot.
Everyone's being D-warded middle. Time for some Enchantress. They are desperate. Vici are like, come hook or crook. We are getting this first blood, man. Alright, DY finally picks it up.
First blood. Thanks and have fun.
Finds the punch. Gets the kill. You feel very good about yourself right now on the side of Vici Gaming. Would have sucked to commit all that time and get nothing out of it. Now we see middle. The previous game, the impetus was on Ori to make sure that he was able to come out of this laning phase in good stead and then transition that into an advantage for the rest of his team. Initially, it seemed like he was going to do that. Started feeding the game a bit later. This time around, impetus is somewhat swapped. There's nothing to say. He's definitely the one that needs to have the stellar performance here. Vici at the same time, here down bottom. I'm interested to see how this lane pans out. Because of how much damage these two supports can do, feels like there's a very high possibility of someone dying shortly in the lane. Doesn't mean that Old 11 will definitely want to play more safely. Overcommit here. The same is going to be true of Ame. Doesn't want to deal with Earth Spike, overwhelming odds. That's a ton of damage onto a CK at this stage. But here, going to be a Chaos 12 stun flying out with some additional damage from the Innocence Enchantress. Not going to be able to find anything though. Fortunately then, for LGD, they do have the Nature's Attendant, so they have to commit less resources to heal back up Ame, as what Old 11 has to do to heal himself. Take a look back middle. In some of the laning phase, it's just mostly trading farm between these two heroes. Oh, young Zoinks! What's hurt, fam? What's hurt? A lot of this game will be helped out by Shinkyu. His movement on the map is going to be instrumental for the rest of Psg Lgd. In particular, so that they have some kind of idea what the Storm is doing before he tries to make these big moves. Interestingly enough, actually, the switch over as well from game 1 to game 2 is that Vici Gaming now have the drop that is much more mobile than what Psg Lgd have to offer. So we'll be wanting to see Vici Gaming make use of that mobility. Also, look at Innocence. It's taking the young healing troll, using that to pop Ame up as well. That's how you play Psfire. That's playing to win, baby.
Denied.
Much more considered and deliberate early game here.
Lied like a good bauble.
Stupendous.
Besides, try to make sure they take a dub. Remember, this is fixture 1. Because there's 2 fixtures, this fixture could mean the difference between ending 3rd, ending 2nd. I think definitely one of these 2 sides end 2nd. Which one it'll be, it's determined by games like this one. The fact that the early farm, I think Vici Gaming, very happy with what's happening. Oh, yay! I get like an unreasonable amount of joy watching that Zeus taunt. It's the best. It's so awesome. Do it again. Come on. Nothing to say. One more time. One more time. Come on. Come on. Taunts him. Come on. Come on. Aww.
The Dire's top tower is under
Innocence ends up denying away the water rune so that Storm Spirit gets nothing. So yet again, it seems like the focus is there from the side of Psg Lgd to ensure that Ori has a bit of a disadvantage in lane. Yay! This is so awesome. Top lane is a bit of a complication right now. Faith Beyond trying to get some semblance of farm for himself, but unfortunately you can't really play into the lifestealer lane. So it's more difficult for him than it is for this LC. Yeah, sure, they might have similar amounts of CS. LC might die now though. But she's able to get back into the trees. Feels like Underlord. This is one of these heroes that really needs farm. I don't think Underlord is one of these just can sack this hero. As soon as they have the ability, need to find some way to involve him in a big kill. To be fair, he can be the one to port somewhere else and then Dark Growth back to his lane. The main issue though is that the lifestealer is getting everything he wants at top. Omelette won't be too far away for this young poor yo-yo. Was a poor yo-yo at the end of the game. Let's see if he's gonna stay a poor yo-yo in this one. Thus far he's not. And bottom we're gonna see the first usage of the Zeus kill. They run down the LC behind the tier 1 tower. They manage to call down the Thunder God's Wrath. The damage is more than enough to find the kill there. PYW also find an impale onto... Oh, Shin-Q actually found the impale first. Now the Earth Spike will come back onto Faith Beyond. They run him down with Poyoyo. The damage from the lifestealer should be enough with a couple of hits. The kill goes the way of PYW, so both offlaners do end up taking a tumble. And Storm Spirit's rotating to the bottom lane. They want to try to find the first kill on the game onto Ame, and there's going to be the zip in. Ori, is there enough damage for this? I'm not sure. Electric Vortex, not leveled up. It doesn't seem like it, so there's not enough damage. Not enough damage. It's going to be the stun. Press the attack, does get rid of it. Is there enough mana? No! Out of mana as well. Old 11. Overwhelming odds in 3 seconds. Will he have the damage? Haze June coming in from the river as well. Is the Zeus? Ame is still staying alive. There's going to be the Chaos Bolt into the Impale. They do have enough damage on the side of LGD though to kill Old 11. Ori, why would you come here at level 6, dude? If he does this move, that same move at level 7 is a guaranteed kill with 1 point Vortex, but because he comes at 6, this can't happen. Yeah, I know it's Erica, but Poyoyo is much more fun to say. Ame happy to survive that engagement. Will just go right back to farming for his armlet. Gonna be fun though. We see 2 strength cores in the game, so double armlet. That's gonna be entertaining to see.
Tower is under attack.
So much of the timing was lost there, and they also got a successful rotation from Zeus, getting him involved in 2 kills in this game. Psg Lgd. Will they be able to put more pressure out? They are now going to try to go for a D-Ward here, and they're going to succeed at getting it. PYW though will be able to open up space for Ori to find a long zip and jump onto Innocence, and finally they do get something on the map for the Storm Spirit. At the same time, they find a stun out onto the Zeus. A little bit of danger. There is going to be a move in as well. Little Malice dropped down by the Underlord, but nothing to say. Is still going to end up losing his life because they also ported in Poyoyo, who runs forth with the rage. They brought in almost everybody from LGD to try and protect Zeus there, but unfortunately they do not manage to do so at the end of the day. Alrighty, that's actually big. Who got the last hit? And it was Storm that gets the Zeus kill. Life is good. Catching Storm up quite by some margin, giving him level 7. LGD definitely got too greedy there with the Zeus, thinking that they might be able to quickly pick up the kill onto PYW's Lion. Ori redemption arc. Yeah, Ori needs a redemption arc for this one. He might actually be able to dodge out the Chaos Bolts. He's just gonna zip away, dodges that as well as the Impale. Listen, if Ori can't win on Storm Spirits, this is his hero. Then I just don't know. Beyond able to recover some degree of net worth here as Old 11. Doing Old 11 things, just trying to invade the enemy jungle. Farm here, nothing to say. Might actually get caught out and dueled in the situation. He'll realize now that he's in a bit of a bad position. There will be a duel and more than enough damage to kill the Zeus. What a big rotation to come in from the Legion Command, but it ends up paying dividends as they get the kill. Now they can swap the LC top. Oyoyo's gonna come top as well, just in case they have potential to kill onto this Underlord. Lead in with the Nature's Wrath. There will be the Infest Bomb coming out, Rage flying forth. Beyond definitely in danger here. There's also going to be a living armor thrown to Poyoyo to prevent him from taking too much damage from these tower pot shots, so he will be able to run down Fate Beyond, bringing down the Lifestealer, or the Underlord with the Lifestealer. Alright. Zip again. They want to find nothing to say once more. Electric Vortex, Stinger, full stack of damage, and they manage to find him. They also managed to bottle the rune there with the regen. Ori with DY helping him out. Overgrowth onto Shinkyu. They might actually find yet another one here. Not enough mana on the Storm Spirit though to make this one happen, so chasing him feels a bit difficult. The two supports will be the ones that get sent forth for this, and they draw the TPs back, so they lose DY. DYW says, sorry mate, I can't help you out from here. Dodo, hashtag worth. You bring down the Zeus once more. Draw several TPs towards middle. Create more space on the map. Lifestealers free farming bottom. You see that the top lane is now occupied by Old 11. Probably gonna have to leave though.
North tower is under attack. Radiant forts have been fortified.
Question is, do they want to try and mount the defense? Fate Beyond gets stepped on. Old 11 has duel, dude. Old 11 has duel. They're actually going to get another duel kill. Old 11 has plus 20 damage now. Q looking for an Impale onto the Storm Spirit. Not able to find it just yet. And now they're too far away from Arme for that to have an impact. Instead, reach in for the Legion Commander. Easier kill. Thunder God's Wrath will bring him down. The offlaner for offlaner traded. However, only one offlaner gives you dual damage.
Boy, Radiant's bottom tower is fallen.
Two trade towers now. Bottom tier 1 will fall. Top will be taken by LGD. And DUI, bit of a mistake there coming in from the Treant Protector. Getting a bit too aggressive with his movement forward. If he had Overgrowth there, that move is actually pretty sick because then he's setting up for a fight because PYW and Ori are coming in from the south side. Fortunately, that's not the case, so just ends up dying, feeding away gold to Arme. Ori almost has the Kaya available. Can he get to the haste rune in time? Yes, he can. DUI helps him out by laying out a Nature's Grasp to slow down Shinkyu. Shinkyu has to have a really good performance to deal with the Storm Spirit. Thus far, hasn't really been able to do so, but eventually this starts to become a major problem. Mana Burn will get there. Running into Vortexes. Oh, DUI. Find himself getting impaled. Earthspike also went the way of Arme, however. Who's going to be able to get off the Overgrowth? DUI finally does find the stun. Arme in the middle of all of this. They do manage to kill DUI using the Phantasm. Pit of Manus will also drop defensively. At the same time, Kaya just arrived for the Storm Spirit. Oyoyo also showing up right now. And they involve Erica. Vendetta hits, PYW will be the one that baits this one out, and he will end up losing his life for it. Does he have buyback? No, he doesn't. So, he does actually. He does. Okay. Maybe he buys back for this, but nah. Let it go. Let it go. Dual Scepter being built by the Zeus. Obviously, great item for Zeus in general, but also preemptive in the event that Ori was going to go for the Orchid Rush. Fortunately for him, that's not the case. Orchid will be put on the back burner for now as a Storm Spirit begin with a Kaya into BKB. They are now found some very nice pockets of recovery in this game. Same is not necessarily true of Old 11, who they still need to involve in a couple of more kills. They're looking for another move with the Lion Storm here. We've seen the prowess of this burst before. They're gonna smoke? Yeah, they do. They just pop the smoke. Infest as well. Let's go. Where are we going? Where are we going? Best case scenario would be killing Ame. They don't have vision of him, but they can take an educated guess as to where the CK is. PYW doesn't have the blink dagger. They get the ward out. There's going to be the jump. They found him. Got him. Ame bursted. Quick kill there for Ori. Even dropped on a sentry ward in the event that Shin-Q is nearby with the Vendetta. He is nearby with the Vendetta, but they have the wrong read of to where his positioning is. Faithian was hoping a bit of Malice would trigger to allow for an Impale hit to come in, but now jump in. Ori looking for Faithian, ends up getting brought down thanks to the Spike Carapace, but they still find the dual kill onto the Nyx Assassin, and now Innocence having all his mana drained away. Oyoyo running him down. Does have level 6, so the Untouchable makes it difficult once the Rage comes to an end. Ori does get bursted there. Spike Carapace showing its metal there, but nonetheless, it is still a positive fight for Vici. They won't lose PYW potentially now, though. Shades of game 1 where Vici get a kill, but they can't do anything with that kill. Except go back and keep farming. In fact, they can do so little that might as well not have gotten the kill. It was pretty much just dual damage, because they also lost Storm Spirit. If they didn't lose Storm, then it's acceptable to get a kill that does nothing, but you can't get a kill that does nothing and then also lose your Storm Spirit. Oh well. Still dual damage, still useful. Still good times. Auto 11. Getting moved on in the top lane by Shin-Q. I mean, he's getting a little bit closer to the side of the map, but I don't think he'll get here in time to... Oh, maybe not. Old 11 was retreating, but he goes back in for the farm. So Shin-Q, and he's set up for this kill. He's dead for sure. Impale, Chaos Bolt stun, Reality Rift, easy kill. Vici Gaming. There's some struggles on the map right now. They might end up losing the Storm Spirit down bottom. Will the War Storm connect? Yes, it will. But doesn't seem like there's enough damage. They need to zip the Storm out of here ASAP. Dude, don't fight. Ori, just leave it. Just leave. Just leave, Ori. DY is gonna die. Ori! Ori, dude! I'm seeing Ori here. Okay. He's gonna only go back in when the Dark Rift triggers. But I get nervous when I see Ori bottling back up and not retreating from a fight because it looks like he's trying to go back in. Nice pick there for LGD. But similar to what Vici got in the mid lane, doesn't really get them all that much on the map. Ame is holding into his SNY now. Omelette Midas. I've seen a... Once the SNY as well after his Omelette. After this, I imagine you go for AC in this game. I don't think you want Basher immediately, right? Ori. Leave, Ori. Leave, Ori. Let's see. Will Ori leave? Alright, type 1. Is Ori gonna die or not? 1 or 2 in chat. Let's go. 1 for he's gonna die. 2 for he's fine. Let's see, Ori, and he's gonna die. Like Carapace. Ori.
Illusion.
The thing is, they can't be losing Ori. Remember that this LC hasn't had the best game at this point. They can't even kill the Enchantress. They're gonna kill Enchantress, but Poyoyo's gonna die for this. There we go. Bit of Malice, Impale. Yeah, he's fine. Or not. Infest into an Enchantress creep. Okay, just to buy time. We'll have Rage in 2 seconds. Rage CP is gonna be good enough. It doesn't even need it actually. Alright, Poyoyo. Mans is out here. We finally also have a Blink Dagger for the LC. I was about to actually talk about her and say that we've not really felt any impact from Old 11 thus far, outside of being able to catch up and find some cool duels, but not really duels that are initiated by him, more so that his team leads into them. Out of Atos. Thrown out, press the attack, was going to be there. Reality Rift does drag the tree directly towards the CK, forced off forward by Innocence to slow down Poyoyo. Impale will be there from PYW, does manage to blink onto the high ground. Poyoyo, Rage TP out. They don't have the damage to punch through this.
Stupendous.
Vici are running out of damage very, very quickly right now. Like, Storm with this blow does no damage, dude. Doesn't even add like utility to the fight. He doesn't have PYW next to him, no one dies. Very scary. Feels like PYW is the main damage engine. And like this build that this Lifestealer went for. Going for Omelette, SNY. Doesn't seem like he's... Well, he might be stacking up a Deso now with this Myth Hammer. But he can take these longer sustained fights at great difficulty, punching and bursting through targets. Actually gonna go for Maelstrom. Okay. Maelstrom on the Lifestealer. Okay. Nothing to say as well. Almost pulling into this Aghanim Scepter. It's halfway right now. That becomes mega scary as well, because then it's even easier to prevent these Vici heroes from getting to your side of the map. And you just have the damage advantage. Like, they hurt so hard on the side of LGD. Vici. Will they get smoked out here? PYW? Impale. The Reality Rift does drag back and kill the Lion. Doesn't manage to get the blink away to safety. Hey, River God was good, man. How far is BKB? Once they have BKB, then at the very least they feel they can use the Storm Spirit to jump onto the Zeus. They're gonna sort of have to treat CK in the same way that teams treat Medusa. Try to kill everybody else and just ignore the CK when possible. It's very difficult to do. Oh god, forced off Impale. Oh my god. Oh my god. These 4-star plays across the series from Psg Lgd have been pretty sick. Okay. Usage of the overgrowth here coming through. EY will still find himself getting brought down, unfortunately. They can't save his life. CK. Yeah. Feels bad to be Ori now. Yet again, we see that the advantage Shinkyu is giving his team with movement is just so superior right now. They have so much vision control. He can give them vision with his movement. Zeus can help follow that up with Thunder God's Wrath. Once they have the Nimbus, it's even easier to make sure that you have that vision control. And Vici just don't have a way to play against it at this point in time. Unfortunately, this LC literally has not done anything since they got that third duel. Even that duel was sort of gifted to him. Who's a tier 2 tower now? Old 11 is dead. Is dead. No way he survives this. Oh, well, in some way. He's in a spot that they can't reach, and they don't have blink daggers. Low? Low? Oh, dude.
A fitting bounty.
Psg Lgd. It's CK looking for a satanic. Incredibly tanky. Aghanim Scepter completed for the Zeus. Vici are gonna try and make a maneuver right now. They have this infest gank. There's only been 2 of them in the entire game. I'm gonna reveal the Maelstrom. How carefully Lgd are playing. Sticking together. Arme, Faith Beyond, and Innocence. The coterie of heroes that no matter who gets caught out first, none of them actually can die. They smoke up though on the side of Lgd as well. They want to also look for their own fight. Oh no, Lifestealer just popped out. Worst case scenario. Back, run. All run away. PYW gets caught with the Nimbus Cloud. He will die. They're also going to find DY, it seems. Kill him by the secret shop. Oh boy. They don't manage to retreat in time despite having some foreknowledge that the gank was coming. Old 11 just trying to buy time by cutting this creep wave with the overwhelming odds. Not going to manage to do so, however. One bright spot for Vici is that they still are farming on the Lifestealer. Gonna go for a proper old school hard carry route. I'm excited. I want this game to go another 30 minutes. I want to see this old school Lifestealer like Mjolnir Daedalus. Aegis does now expire from Psg Lgd, so they do not feel fully comfortable just pressing their advantage on the map. They might go for a fight that leads into another tier 2 tower, but until the next Aegis, I expect them to just be happy, consolidating their lead, keeping their farm up, getting closer to Blink Dagger for the Zeus, making sure that the full complement of items on the CK is what they want. Going for AC next. Definitely going to help the right clicking from the hero.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Top lane. Alcy and Ori doing what they can. There's still a tier 1 tower on that side of the map. Why are you freaking kidding me? How often do you see it be the case that you get to the stage and that is still present? Pretty amazing. Zeus talents, sure. He went for regen and health. I'm kind of surprised he didn't go for static field damage. But I guess he's feeling to himself that like just being able to cast out the spells is more reliable than them doing more damage.
Top tower is under attack. Point Dire's bottom tower is taking a beating. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Is a Dark Rift top. They're baiting for a fight, Lgd. And who's gonna get jumped on first? They're waiting for Arme, and they kill him. Oh, what a dude from Old 11! They actually burst him. They actually got Arme. They have to run. Everyone needs to run from the side of Lgd. They need to get the hell out of here. This BKB reveal has been amazing. DY as well with the overgrowth to make sure that they can prevent the TP out from this Underlord. And that will be a double kill. Old 11. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. What a jump. What a jump. What a time to be alive. They get the jump. They get the pick off they need. Whew. What a time to be alive.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
You bet $2,000 on Vici. Damn. Okay. Then I hope. I mean, between you and Pango, let's go. Let's hope that Vici's got this. Another duel from Mode 11 enables them to bring down Innocence, the TI champion. His death will allow them to finally take this tier 1. How crazy is it that the team that doesn't have Treant still has tier 1s at 29 minutes into the game? God, look at the gold graph. It's over 11k suddenly now, about 4. They immediately smoke up as well. Experience is at about 5k too. Ori wants to find a jump. Now that they have this Mjolnir, they get the Daedalus. They have damage field versus the illusions, and then they'll have damage against CK itself. The issue for the side of Psg Lgd, right, is that they don't get much tank gear on the CK. He gets like AC, potentially hot, but the period of the game where he felt like completely unkillable is slowly going to ebb away from them. They need to be able to consolidate their advantage right now and put their advantage on the map and turn it into a long-lasting structure. Roche is obviously going to be their next port of call. They're also about to lose their first tier 2 tower of the game, and then Vici Gaming will finally be able to claim back the outpost down bottom.
Radiant structures, they're fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
One thing as well that I sort of underrated, the impact of press the attack on the Lifestealer. Did you guys see how quickly Lifestealer was hitting? Ridiculous. Ori as well with the BKB reveal can now happily start building himself into an Orchid. He knows that the Zeus didn't go for BKB or Lincoln Sphere himself, went for this Yule, so that's the only defense available for the Zeus versus the Orchid. And CK doesn't have Manta either, so if you can Orchid the CK, it's also a pretty big win in the middle of the team fight. Roche is gonna get taken now. I don't think Vici are aware just yet. Gonna send an illusion towards the pit. Okay, here they come, here they go. They're coming for this one. They smoked. They know something's happening. Poyoyo. He's gonna lead this off. Getting inside the pit. Old 11. Can he find a target to do? They're gonna be able to find yet again this ult using Chaos Knight. Chaos Knight, can they kill him? Aegis snatched away by Poyoyo. CK will end up dying. And now they can turn their attention back towards Innocence as well. 2 have fallen. Thundercloud's Wrath though will at least melt away the first life from the Aegis. But that might just reveal where Zeus is. Vici out of Mano on Ori, so it's a bit difficult to reach that far side of the fight. Fake Beyond though, gonna be forced to use the Dark Grip. They still so much damage. Whew. They have Finger of Death again. They might have been able to burst them, but he does manage to escape. Aegis snatched by Poyoyo. I don't know who grabbed the cheese and or the shard. Let's see. Cheese in the inventory of Old 11. Then Aghanim shard. Who did they give it to? Old 11 got the shard as well. Alright. So the press the attack magic immunity now isn't so. Woo! Big plays here coming in from the side of Vici Gaming. And with the game tilting back into even. Oh yo. We're now getting back into the point where this Lifestealer stops to be afraid of the CK. Level 23 has the Daedalus, has the Mjolnir, can now start thinking about Butterfly, Heart, AC, whatever. Chinkyu at the very least will still have that capability that we just saw now. Might die for this though. BKB popped by Ori will just be an infest pop. I feel like they didn't need to BKB on Ori. Poyoyo could have just popped out with Rage and they should have been able to find that kill. Nonetheless though, great pickup. What a fight. Vici Gaming now. And that one doesn't feel as useless as the last one does because it gives them space to take back the outpost. I believe they claimed this gem. Oh no, it's US gem. Okay. Lgd. Haven't lost anything that's irreplaceable themselves. But will definitely feel hard done by by the way that this game has suddenly turned in the blink of an eye. LC, old 11. Oh god, there's still a blink dagger though. He's fine. See, guys. Well, they did infest the lifestealer. Ideally, somebody will reveal themselves middle. Okay, wish granted. It's Faith Beyond though, so not necessarily the target you actually want to jump on. Game still hangs in the balance. Vici Gaming will be happy they have taken these fights by being able to pick off Ame first and foremost. It's not always going to be the easiest thing in the world to do that. You have to start thinking about dealing with Zeus as well. Holding into a refresher, so double Nimbus Cloud. Extremely scary in the middle of the fight. Also, I like how Old 11 actually went for the Shadow Blade. I hope he builds Silver Edge eventually. That'll be a great way to make sure they don't have to deal with Atrophy Aura. Whenever the Rage is down, you can tell Lifestealer has a ton of damage issues thanks to this Pit Lord being in the game. Right now though, Vici just playing together. Same is true for LGD, opposing sides of the map. Aegis was destroyed immediately after it was claimed. However, that does mean that there's also play for with this next Roshan. This is interesting. This is interesting. Oh, jump onto Faith Beyond. Can they duel him? Can they duel him? Yes, they can. They should be able to get this kill. Yep. And they kill the Nimbus Cloud as well. They actually immediately infest into the Storm Spirit. I'm gonna go try find some additional action down bottom. Look at this. Oh, this could be huge. Ame is revealed. Ame is revealed. Can they get to him in time? That's the question. He knows he's revealed as well. So his team is telling him, dude, back. And he does manage to get back in time. Whew, that was so scary. Just pop out middle. So I'm gonna go on a de-warding mission with this gem. 15 charges in his Bloodstone. Ame will use Phantasm. And they're porting top. Look, oh god, they might have actually caught Zeus. Zeus though does manage to TP out. Yeah, it's fine. Now without PYW, the rest of Vici need to run away. Immediately they need to escape this, but they're sticking around. Why? Mates! Dude, Vici! Jesus Christ, stop. Why does Vici insist on doing this? Like, it always seems like they're just prepared to take a fight. 2v5, 3v5, and then someone on the team is like, wait a second. It's a bad idea, boys. Let's get back.
Stupendous.
Ame waiting for the Skadi after completing his AC. Lifestealer is going to be picking up the same item as well. They understand that they're both playing against tanky strength cores, so having the Skadi would be so useful, especially for the Lifestealer in conjunction with the Feast. I'd actually love to see them get the Agnum Shard as well for Lifestealer. I feel like open wounds, especially on Underlord, could have a very high impact in this game. Movement now from Psg Lgd as they smoke up as 5. Zeus reveals himself middle, but they just want to get some vision around Dire Triangle. Nobody's home, unfortunately for them. It looks like Vici Gaming are stacking up for their own smoke on the other side.
Illusion.
Vici though, just content to play as safely as humanly possible. Look how much dual damage they got for old 11. There was a point in this game not that long ago when you only had 30.
Radiant's top tower is under
LGD just gonna smoke again. This always feels super bad. When you're the team that has to double smoke like this, you're never really happy. They'll assuage themselves by telling themselves the first smoke was just for vision, but still feels pretty rough. Will they be able to find this initiation? PYW? Impale onto the high ground. They found Ame. They've reached Ame. Can old 11 get there with the duel? Nice thunder goes right to disable the blink dagger, but they still get the duel off. There's the damage from Poyoyo as well. more than enough to eviscerate both the Underlord as well as the CK. And with these two heroes falling, Zeus can do nothing, so he's on the far side of the fight, but he has to start fleeing. Shin-Q might end up dying here. Bought a lot of space, and they're going to enable them to actually kill this Lion. No, it won't! The Infest from Poyoyo gives the HP bonus to PYW, allows him to stay alive, allows him to stay spellcasting, and allows them to win the fight. Triple kill for Poyoyo. Vici Gaming yet again lose Ori, but the space was bought, the space was created. In game number 2 is them sitting in a position where they will very likely be able to clean out not just the tier 2 tower, but also at least a tier 3, if not a lane of racks. There's no glyph available or Psg Lgd. Tons of damage on Old 11, tons of damage on the Lifestealer. Press the attack as well to give them the attack speed. One lane of racks is taken. Are they gonna go for more? They're looking for the bottom lane. Vici Gaming. With LGD not wanting to buy back, especially because they don't have buyback on the Zeus. They actually can't fight without Zeus, so Zeus can't buy back. There's no point buying back on the other heroes. They know they'll just get dual killed on the CK if he's by himself in the middle of the fight. Scepter. PYW might be caught out here. The setup is going to be there. Can Poyoyo do it again? Not going to go for the infest trick, but they might just be able to keep down. There will be a duel. Burst them down. That was actually hilarious because of the Lotus Orb double 4-star. That was weird. Ends up with 2 core heroes dying. Armor is gone. Faithion's dead. The last person to die will be this next assassin for Shin-Q. And as predicted, we're going to a game number 3. GG, well played, of course. Vici Gaming. Done it. This right here, this is some Dota 2, y'all. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be fun to watch. It has to be exhilarating. Vici, in this one, it might have seemed like it was going to be the Ori redemption story, but I also think Poyoyo made some mistakes in game 1. Absolutely perfect lifestealer game from him. Perfect itemization. Perfect usages of the infests. Just incredible performance from Poyoyo. Yo, for me, yeah, he definitely, for me, gets himself the young pickup of, right, who's got these subs out? Who's got these subs out? Are we spamming it? Are we spamming it? Are we doing the right thing? Are we doing the right thing? Put in that work. Put in that work. Mr. Poyoyo, aka Erica. Poyoyo was a rich yo-yo on this one. What a legend, what a player. Well, this is the kind of game where for LGD, the idea was there, and in the mid-game, this idea did seem pretty strong from them. At that point in time where the CK super stacked at the forefront of the fight, Faith Beyond can just make sure he just stays topped up throughout it. Especially with the vision being gained by Shin-Q. Shin-Q actually played really well. If they won this game, I would have given him MVP. He did everything for his team, but unfortunately it ends up not being enough. And Vici Gaming, get the dub. Vici Gaming, give us game 3. That's what we wanted. Thank you, Vici. Thank you, Ori, for playing your Storm Spirit and not feeding the game. Thank you, DY, for doing the right thing. Thank you, PYW, for getting the dub this time. It's actually weird, right? PYW, in my opinion, played not way worse, but worse than in game 1. But they win this one. Game 1, his performance was like out of this world, and then you lose, feels bad. Game is hard. But let's see who's gonna win game number 3. Don't go anywhere. Follow the channel in the meantime if you haven't already. Come say hi in chat. Come hang out. You can see everybody's. Yo, this is a slobber knocker. This one. Come have fun with us, and also make sure that you are supporting the stream in whatever way you can. If whatever way you can means follow me on Twitter, do the right thing. If it means that you can afford a Patreon donation, or Patreon subscription rather, do the right thing. If it means you can afford a PayPal donation of any amount, literally any amount, do the right thing. If it means you can subscribe, get us over the hurdle, get us to 100. Almost there. Robin Roll brought us in spitting distance. Let's see if we will close the gap. But what we will see, more importantly, is game 3. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. More incredible. What's up, ladies, gentlemen, and my NB comrades? Welcome back here to Snare Casting. I'm your boy Snare, eponymously named. And we're going to be continuing with some I-League. Vici Gaming versus Psg Lgd. Slobber knocker between two of the best teams in China has gone down to the wire. Game number 3 has now come up. Let's see who's going to be good for the money. Vici Gaming finally were able to pull it back in game 2. And they do it now in game 3. It's actually been really interesting that both teams won in similar fashion, right? Where you're playing well in the laning phase, you dumpster in the mid game, but then you start making some good ideas, good rotations, good plays towards the latter portion of the mid game into the late game, and you end up winning that way. Happened for Vici against Vici in game 1. It happened against Lgd in game 2. Maybe the result this time. Lgd playing on Radiant side. They go for the Snapfire Mars. Now, combination we've spoken about many times here on this channel, and I've enthused so much over it that y'all must be sick about hearing me talk about the little gloves. Still, preposterous lane. One day play against this lane and you'll understand why I'm always just like, oh my god, Snapfire Mars, dude. Vici Gaming though put themselves in a really good category for winning with 2 reasons. First, they grabbed the Elder Titan after having banned the Puck and the Tree Protector.
10 seconds.
You know you want to pick Leshrac potentially, you always want to make sure the Tree isn't in the game. But the big thing for me is that Elder Titan hasn't been picked that much like today, but generally has been one of the best 5 positions in China outside of the Tree Protector. You have that available, you have Natural Order, then you get Leshrac, then you also ban heroes that will allow Psg Lgd to be effective in this portion of the game when the Leshrac feels strong. Also, I think that might have been the first Leshrac loss that we saw, right?
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
I think it was. Have we actually seen, now that I think about it, have we actually seen Leshrac lose before the earlier game today? Jose, hey, thanks, man. I'm glad you're having fun. But look at the bans from Lgd. It's gonna be old 11 Brood every game, no matter what. And the next Assassin, they probably feel like even though we lost the game, we don't want to give that towards PYW. I do think PYW and DY, in terms of support duos in China, they're the best right now. Followed shortly thereafter by Borax and Lanem. On certain heroes, Lanem is unparalleled though. That is the one thing. It's legitimately unparalleled. Psg Lgd, feeling like in the previous game they didn't give themselves enough opportunities to team fight, so they're gonna double down on that. Snapfire Mars Ancient Apparition. Good god. You also make it very difficult for Vici Gaming to justify picking Oracle right now, if that was a consideration. Given that they need some kind of sustain for the Leshrac. Now, Leshrac without sustain, I do not think is the same hero. Vici, what's going to be the response here? I imagine that we do see a hero for PYW now. Then they don't have last pick this game, so probably more important to make sure the last pick in this phase is for Koyoyo. Oh, they pick Oracle anyway. Still, they're like, well, this combo's good enough. Lgd read that. That's why they went for the Ancient Apparition. AA Ember Mars Snap. Good god. All the magic damage. So, do you just pick Juggernaut or just play Lifestealer again? I feel like the Lifestealer would be one of those 2 heroes. You just need to make sure that you have magic immunity from one of those heroes. Arena is suddenly much less scary. Ember Spirit's much less scary. Ancient Apparition is much less scary. Snapfire is much less scary. Can't ensure you get an early BKB. I think that's an option. You can also pick up an Ursa. Get yourself the Enrage going for yourself. Make sure that you're going to be good for the lane against the Mars. Able to shred through the Ember Spirit later. You get the Chrono up though. It is still an open question whether or not this is a faceless Void Chrono for the safe lane or for the off lane. Lol. I don't think all 11's playing this Void though. I think after game 1, they're like, yeah, dude, we'll give you Legion Commander, we'll give you Centaur, we'll give you Mars, we'll give you all that shit, but leave Poyoyo to play the Void. I mean, do y'all remember when Erica first joined the team on Vici? There was actually a period of time when he was basically carrying them every single game on Faceless Void. It was insane.
10 seconds remaining.
This was in the period of time just when 23 Savage wasn't able to make it into the country to join the team. And with the time that they spent, so Erica was just meant to fill the slots, just be there as a stand-in. Then he kept carrying game after game after game after that. Okay, fine, dude. Since Void is good, we'll keep the Void and we'll keep you. It's all good.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Quite scary as well. Gonna be what else they're putting into this damage combination for Ame. Terrorblade is still in the game potentially. Ursa would have been really. Let's pick Slaughter. This has been banned both games. Now all 11 does get to play Slaughter. Corrosive Haze will help with the void damage. Yo, actually, so you have Corrosive Haze, Chrono, right? Chrono locks you down, you get Corrosive Hazed. This ET in this game is going to be a huge problem. Once Natural Order gets to like level 3, dude. Yo, it's curtains. You get Chrono, you will die. In fact, if you show up to the fight sometimes, you might just die by just like smelling these heroes. Ancient Apparition, once or twice in this game, he's gonna respawn in Fountain and then just die. Just because Dota's like, sorry bro, you're dying in advance, we're sorry. Feels pretty rough. Vici Gaming, I really like the last pick Slaughter. LGD have a lot to throw in a big combo, spells, but once BKBs emerge for Poyoyo and the Leshrac, where's the damage? LGD literally does no damage right now, so where is it gonna come from? Who is gonna help us plug this gap? Also, correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't the Time Walk still work in the way that you get your HP back anyway? Because it's sort of like, not a heal per se, so that you can still use it through Ice Blast? Or did they change that? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I thought he was going to play Terrorblade for Ame, but just for the PL, pretty much was the only option left. It had to be some hard carry illusion hero, given everything that also was banned out. Need a hero that can also help run down Leshrac, but at the same time you pick PL into Leshrac. Yeah. They're really hoping, the idea with this, they need to be able to, every fight for LGD, they have to hit like trucks and get out. And as the game goes, not a straight up easy game for the PL, playing into Lesh, Elder Titan, the Faceless Void here. I don't know if I like this LGD draw. I feel like this was probably one of the better heroes for Ame himself to be playing. Just on that basis of, what should we play for our carry player? He should probably be playing a hero like this. I wouldn't like to see something else that might be a bit more active but a bit slower. Maybe if they got the Lifestealer, for example, then you like have this major timer because you can't win the game late at all. You probably still can't, but Ame is comfortable on the PL. Anti-Major's gone. No Spectre in the game. Void. I don't think they were really feeling like they had space for a Medusa either on the side of LGD. They wanted something that could run with the rest of the team and actually stick in the middle of the fight. Okay. 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 This PL though, what I want to see is how LGD are going to fight around him. If they allow the fight to just keep going longer and longer and longer, where sometimes goes a little bit against what you want to do as Mars with Snapfire, but you have that ability, so let's see. Game 1 went for LGD. They did it in dominant fashion. Game 2 went the way of Vici Gaming. Who is going to get game number 3?
Prepare for battle!
Ready. Vici Gaming. Not feeling under pressure in this draft. they'll definitely be feeling to themselves that LGD have all the work to do
You
in
make
the world.
best situation out of no situation.
Make best situation out of no situation. Oh, I felt that in my heart, actually. Goddamn. Yo. I felt that a bit too much.
Run.
Righty, so quite excited to see whether or not Psg Lgd will avoid getting first blood at this time around. If you had bet first blood for Vici, you must be raking it in at this. PL got off the sentry though. Did witness the ward attempt, so will be sure to protect himself. Very nice heads up read there from LGD to make sure that Ame already had the sentry in tow. They've been watching these Vici games where Vici have been spending a lot of time, especially moving through bottom, whether or not they're playing Radiant or Dire, moving either behind the tower, try to look for a first blood, or reaching in behind it to look for an early ward placement. Vici,
This be a bad
they
age.
get red. This is why you watch replays, y'all. This is why you watch replays. Now let's go. Game number 3. Can they actually do it here on the side of Psg Lgd? Nothing to say. Ember versus Lash here in the mid lane. Have seen this before. Wonder what build he's gonna go for. Should be the Flame Garden at some point, but for now, just decided to pick up the Slight maybe. Let's see what spell. You need to see what spell Ori went for first. Alright, now you see this Lightning Storm, so go for Flame God. Throw a Split Earth, maybe you go for Slight, but nothing to say. It plays this well, it makes the right decision. Get it off. Small farm for him. Yeah, so you definitely go 0-1-1, 0-2-2. Bottom. Old 11. Putting pressure out onto the PL. A surprisingly unpleasant lane to play, especially once you get more levels into the slaughter. That bash in the deep is real annoying. It's real annoying. You can, by and large, either dodge it out with the doppelganger or phantom rush away from the slaughter to avoid that last hit, but always hurts. Always hurts. At the same time though, top lane for Psg Lgd is a super strong lane. As mentioned, Mars Snapfire, man. Crazy. Mars gets everything he needs in that lane. Lately though, I've been seeing in China that a lot of the Snapfires have been leaving the Mars to his own devices once they get to like level 3. And then suddenly the lane goes south after that. So definitely interesting to see what Shin-Q is going to decide to do here in the top lane. Early game is definitely a requirement for Psg Lgd to be the one that does well. Can you imagine their draft from behind? Just be fortunate. Just the idea of that draft playing from behind would be, I just don't imagine it would work out well. As long as they keep Shin-Q here, it's a very good lane. Faith Beyond makes life difficult for Poyoyo. Love how Shin-Q, now just throw in the Snapfire cookie onto Faith Beyond. Spear of Mars thrown back. Do they have the damage for this? Yes, they do. God's Rebuke. And because of the low Shredder, you have no mana, no armor left at all, no protection. They will end up being able to pick up the quick kill. DY is first blood. At the very least, he can still make himself useful, coming middle to refill Ori's bottle. Did we see Ori lose out on water runes again? No, okay. This time he at least got one.
You are too slow.
I don't know. Dude. Somebody help this PL, dude. This lane sucks. And the thing is, Ancient Operation can't really help you. They might actually get forced into a scenario where Snapfire feels that, you know, if we look at the off-lane trading, Poyoyo, yeah, sure, he's playing a hard lane, but he's probably getting more out of it than the PL is. Maybe we have to go bottom to support him. And once you go bottom to support him, suddenly top gets exposed once more.
Never refuse school.
So let's hope that Ame can keep his mouth shut and not start yelling, help, help. Sandy, I can tell you what happens, right? LGD are in trouble once BKBs emerge from Vici. So they cannot have a slow early game. They're about to lose Innocence here, and now that means that suddenly Ame in danger. Old 11 finds the batch of the deep, and with the Slithering Crush, they find the double kill for the Elder Titan, PYW. All position ET so they could make space for the Oracle. Working out quite well. Alright, now they have to send Sand King or the Snapfire bottom. And if you do that, unfortunately that does mean it's no longer possible to win out that top lane. They don't send Shin-Q down bottom, they actually might lose the life on the PL once more. And they're just gonna go for a quick pick onto the Ancient Apparitions. Slithering Crush gonna come out right after the Bash of the Deep. Actually not gonna go for the Slithering Crush, he didn't have enough mana. So PYW easily able to pick up the kill there onto the Ancient Apparition and Innocence. Yeah, Snapfire has to come bottom, feels bad. Gonna try to get a kill onto Poyoyo. Do they have enough damage? Yes they do, alright. That's even better than moving bottom. Shin-Q, very next level play right there. Recognizes that if they're able to bring the kill onto the Faceless Void, at the very least, it keeps his net worth low enough that we can justify keeping the lanes the way they are. Because if we have to rotate bottom with the Snapfire, things start to look not as good for us on the map. Vici. The lanes have proven to be kind to them for the most part. Still very even. Bree was hoping for a rune here. It unfortunately for him spawns at top, so I think he has to go back and just pick up the bounty. Yeah. See, nothing to say. Trying to lead in onto a kill. They want DY. He's already been low shredded. They definitely have the damage. Nothing to say. We'll just remnant forward. We'll definitely say that in this series, Nothing to Say has been the one that has made his rotations perfectly timed. At least in the early game. Top lane. Oyoyo will die again. They exploit the fact that he's alone right now and DY is not nearby to try and help him out. To commit the first arena. Just heads up, get yet another kill onto the Faceless Void. Poyoyo. Very unhappy about that one. That's also going to delay his Maelstrom in this game. I must say, PL is just going to have a torrid time up until a point where he gets like hot on himself. Because it's between Maelstrom, Pulse Nova, Diabolic Edict, all this stuff. Echo Storm does come out. Do they actually want to find a kill onto Mars potentially? They jump in with the Faceless Void. Poyoyo gets speared back, but will still be able to find a kill. And they bring back both Shin-Q and Faith Bia. Nothing to say, trying to come in on behind here. Knows that this Oracle hasn't been able to fully heal up the Lesh just yet. Lesh, very low on the mana. But it feels a bit suicidal for Nothing to Say to fully dive in on this one. So rather just let this one go. Except the fact that you've lost 2 heroes. And Ori, nothing more farm now. Oh snap, maybe that it's listen. From back in my Christian days, remember that parable of Jesus talking about who gave the most between a woman who gave a few pennies, a few coppers, or somebody who gave everything they had, or like just a bunch of buff. To me, it's much more important that you're just supporting. I really do appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Vici. Smoke right now from Psg Lgd. Nothing to say. Really wants to involve himself in these fights. Wants to be farming heroes right now to make space on the map for this PL. Bottom old 11 will likely be the target now. Nothing to say. Still invis up. Now, there's nobody around him. So old 11 will end up just taking a tumble here. Gonna have them spend a little bit of time to do it though. Not the easiest one to pick up in the world. Yo, so he popped Mask of Madness there. If he was just playing against the Ember might have died. That was really scary. Poyoyo's now middle, does have Chrono. They wanna maybe throw it out, they get it, but they don't catch Faith Beyond, so he can actually kill the Leshrac. Poyoyo doesn't have enough damage to kill Shinkyu. ET Splitter was there, but that was not a good Chronosphere from Poyoyo. They jump back onto him, nothing to say. Blows him up with the Searing Chains. Echo Stomp though, thankfully thrown out by PYW to slow down Faith Beyond so he can't close the gap with the spear. The Chrono and the desire to do damage onto Shinkyu before Poyoyo even has any damage items ends up losing the life of the Leshrac. I thought they were gonna jump onto Mars, catch him inside arena, and then pump in some of the residual damage from Pulse Nova. Hell, even if you catch the Leshrac with that Chrono, if you catch Mars too, then it's great. But if you catch Leshrac without catching Mars, and Faith Beyond can just right-click him down, it's not great. Not great. Faith Beyond though. In the meantime, they might try to get a kill top onto Poyoyo, who got saved a little bit from the additional magic damage. Does he have time walk away? He does. Just at the last second. Thank goodness for Fate's Edict. Without Fate's Edict, he's definitely dead there. UI? UI? Let's stay alive behind the tower. Have Ori down bottom now. You potentially look to push this tier 1 tower. Also, this would be such a bonus. If they get this Innocence kill, this is actually pretty big. Because you're going to kill him and he's not going to have level 6 at the same timing that he would have liked. At the same time, Ori went really deep in for this one. Okay, Ori. UIW, can he escape? TP attempt will succeed. Little bit of an overcommitment there from Ori. Deciding he wants to be right up and close and personal with the Diabolic Edict damage. Not content to have it dished out from afar. Especially with PYW being so tanky, he can be the one that just runs in there. Oh boy. Wait, might end up dying middle. Yeah, he's gone. And because DUI hasn't been able to get level 6, if Ice Blast comes out before the False Promise, you always feel so good as Ancient Apparition. And as they pick up that big blast kill in the mid lane, opens up potential to push down the tower. Will they be able to do it, however? Psg Lgd backing up with several heroes around the area. They're putting in old 11 as well. Spear of Mars throws back Ori. Ori yet again in trouble. There's no False Promise. It only comes up now and he ends up going down. Ori is gone. But can they get some revenge here? Old 11 can play a bit more aggressively because he does have the backup of the False Promise. DY will find himself put down almost though. Ice Blast doesn't get the job done, but Faith Beyond does. With the follow-up jump right now, Psg Lgd is playing with so much aggression. They will at least lose Innocence. Old 11 hasn't lost his own life just yet. Speared back. Poyoyo does have Chrono. PYW getting chased down by nothing to say. Will be able to bring him down. Chrono does get committed now. They want to try and get a kill onto this Faith Beyond Mars, but I don't even think he had Corrosive Haze on him, so they just don't have the damage. No mana available for the slaughter. He didn't go for the Soul Ring. Went in only for this Mask of Madness. They can't put Corrosive Haze out. Poyoyo, yet another Chrono that does nothing. Alright, so for the foreseeable future, Vici Gaming will have to play hyper carefully until they get another item out onto this Ori Leshrac. Died twice back to back in really poor positions.
The Dire's top tower is under
Looking for the
attack.
Sanjin Kaya. It's some concern, of course, whenever you go for big tanky big builds while playing into Ancient Apparition, but not that deep.
Radiant's bottom
Because at some point you will have BKB, and that does start to make a huge difference.
The Dire's top tower is under
Unfortunately for them though, EL has been farming. The entire time while Vici's been having a rough time with these fights, PL's been getting bigger and bigger. current moment, building into this Manta style. Definitely not the easiest game for PL to play. However, if his team keeps opening up space like this, it becomes so much more simple. Over 11. Interesting place to be, my friend. Interesting place to be. Now, they might end up losing more heroes here. Nice arena thrown in by Fate Beyond. They do have the False Promise already thrown out. Split Earth will also connect. They manage to find the damage to bring down the Smalls. ET Splitter will be there as well to follow up the fight and let them chase down Innocence. Shin Q also in some danger here. A couple of more spells is all they need to kill him. Time dilation onto nothing to say. Poyoyo also shows up. Dude, just go farm. Poyoyo will run in for every single fight. The opposite of Ame. This time around, DY takes no chances. Immediately pops the False Promise as soon as the arena dropped. They have more than enough damage to turn this around. Would have been better if Poyoyo didn't show up there and he just stayed farming on his side of the map the same way Ame was, but now we have the Maelstrom. So this extremely impoverished face this forward. Poor Yo-Yo has found a job. Gonna be able to hold it down, you know. He's out here. Has a good woman in his life. He's not out here with these fuckboys anymore. Settle down. He's settled down. Same time, UI and PYW will end up losing UI's life to the PL here. Little late, looks like they also want to try find Leshrak. Lesh, without DUI being there, there's no defense. Old 11 also looking like he's going to lose his life down bottom inside the arena. Psg Lgd. Take a good fight. Vici Gaming needed to still be avoiding fights at this stage of the game. And the PYW also getting caught out. Look at this PSG LGBT movement.
What? Down already?
Faith Beyond really been on point on this one. Finding the necessary initiations. Innocence helping with the Ice Blast kills. Nothing to say. Catching out the Ori Lesh more than once. Game is looking really good for PSG Lgd at this stage right now. The thing is for Vici, things start to look somewhat better for them later on, but at this stage, when you're falling this far behind, you might not get to that later on. Keep continually losing out on these fights. Where is the farm going to come from to pick up these much needed BKBs? Old 11 has Blink Dagger, wants to reveal it with the crew. They do not have any allied vision on the other side of the map just yet, so this is a very difficult gank for them to actually pull off. It's not like they have Storm Spirit either, who once you just catch a glimpse of vision, this hero can just zip in, carrying a lifestealer passenger to get an easy kill. So this might just be a vision smoke for now. Being taken right now. Vici Gaming don't have vision of this side of the map either. So not only are they going to just completely lose out on the Roche, they're also not going to be able to put pressure onto the tier 2 in time to really threaten a trade. So we'll see if PSG Lgd decide they want to come back and mount a potential defense of this. Ice Blast will lead things off. Not buy some time, but as soon as Roche dies, they have to TP out. And also with Ice Blast hitting Ori directly and how many times he's died from this combo, playing a lot more. Why are they going this way when they know Roche was just taken? This is a little bit bizarre for Vici, but they want to jump onto Innocence and they will be able to find a quick grab potentially. Nice snap by a cookie coming in from the snap, but at the same time the freeze was thrown onto Old 11 and Old 11 will die. Pop the Mask of Madness. Ori gets the False Promise now. Can he TP to safety? Should be able to heal in the fountain. Yeah, he's fine. Vici Gaming. Peculiar decision making made from them here. Feel really sad there for Old 11. Got frozen. Then they end up having his death happen. Nothing to say in the meantime. Love his build that he's gone for. Oh, middle. Is that Lesh dead again? 5th death in the game for Ori. Oof. Oof. Chronosphere committed top. Can they actually find this kill onto Nothing to Say? Alright, they do. That would have been hilarious if the kill actually went towards Faceless Void, because that would have brought him directly back into the game. Goes away with the Slaughter, however. Still not terrible. Slaughter is building BKB and almost has it, just needs the recipe. Honestly, Vici, the difference BKBs are going to make in terms of their ability to take these fights is astronomical. Right now though, the big concern is that there's PL, Ame, just free farming. Manta style coming in right now, and he's going to immediately queue up this Agnum shot. Mid lane, also see Faith Beyond getting a good jump onto PYW, Ice Blast connects, easy kill. Old 11 looking for revenge, but will not be able to close the gap in time onto Faith Beyond.
Flames will spread thrice.
Heal. Despite Void trying to itemize in such a way to help deal with this hero, gonna be rough going. Also, because LGD are being so precise and so regular with them being able to kill this Leshrac, it means that the damage potential from her, bottom, in a sense, will just die quickly, but it's gonna cost Old 11's life. Lots of support is coming in. Spear doesn't connect though, so now suddenly this might be a 4v5. Old 11 Blink Dagger soon, but I don't think you actually want to go for this fight. Although he's very low on HP, but Earth doesn't connect. Nice use from Ori to prevent the spear going down onto Old 11. That will enable them an opportunity to just retreat away from the tier 1. But they're feeling so hard done by here in this early game. The 10k gold lead in favor of Psg Lgd, only 20 minutes in. Vici. And they deal with Faith Beyond. Faith Beyond from the laning phase onward has just been godlike in this game. Like honestly. As we say that yet again. Joe's up middle. The blink grab. Where's DY? Like seriously, Leshrac, dude, you can't. I'm actually upset now. That should never happen. In a game with Leshrac Oracle, Leshrac getting picked off and dying alone while on his side of the map, that it should actually be impossible.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
Vici Gaming. That's the lane of tier 3 in the mid lane. The Rax is still up and they can clear out that wave fairly quickly. But boy oh boy is this lead getting fairly substantial. On the bright side for Vici is that Boyoyo has been doing the right thing of not showing up, and it is reflecting somewhat in his farm. At some point he was 4k behind the PL, now it's only 2. He's going for the BKB next. Eventually. And I cannot emphasize the eventually aspect of things enough. But eventually. Oh, hold that thought. All 11. There's going to be the Chronosphere on the 2. Snapfire as well as the Mars. Do they find the kill onto them? Faith Beyond does manage to get off his BKB. However, because Ori was slow with the splitter. Can they kill Faceless Void? Time Walk away will keep him alive. Faceless Void is still living. At the same time, he's being chased down by Nothing to Say, and they will be able to get that kill onto him. Ori and Old 11 did manage to bring down Faith Beyond, but it's going to cost both of their lives, as now the rest of Vici Gaming, with them being gone, Psg Lgd can easily clean up house. Nothing to Say in the PL. Throwing out slights, throwing out lances, do a ton of damage in that fray. Vici are just making, yet again, this feels like game 1, some shocking decision making coming in from the squad.
Dire's middle barracks
Oh boy. Oh boy. Lane of Rack certainly taken.
Dire's middle barracks fallen.
Vici.
Dire's middle
Ori yet
barracks
again,
are
dude.
under
If
attack.
Ori had gotten off the split earth inside the bubble, when Faith Beyond couldn't actually use BKB, you know, because he's inside Chronosphere, completely stalled out, they probably kill him really quickly, and then Poyo probably still dies, but they're not spending literally the entire duration of Old 11's BKB and most of the duration of Diabolic Edict just sitting and trying to move in the middle of the fight to kill Faith Beyond after his BKB goes down. They do have buyback at the very least on the Oracle, but nobody else on the side of Vici Gaming. Poyo is also now officially back down. 4k gold and the cause on the side of Psg Lgd at the very least. Top lane Arena was committed, but Old 11 doesn't get caught by this. He baits out the BKB from Faith Beyond. He might die here. He has his own BKB. BKB TP out to... Okay. What just happened? Old 11, dude. Okay, yeah. Oh well. TP on cooldown, it is what it is. Ends up losing his life, draws a BKB charge, I guess. On the bright side, Psg Lgd won't have time to take another lane of racks right now. They still want to reach and get themselves a Rosh, I think, before they go up a high ground again. Also, Ori able to take a tower. Yet again, you're playing with Leshrac, but there's still a tier 1 tower the enemy team has alive at 26 minutes in. Not the best day at the office from Ori. He'll be glad for this game to be over so he can just go back to bed. Bottom Poyo. Is he gonna die? Does not have BKB. Does jump directly into the Ice Blast. He might have to Chrono to TP out of here. Yeah.
Dire's middle barracks have fallen.
Even then, actually almost died. That's so scary. Alright, so Erica is playing to win. Still wants this. Rest of Vici, maybe not. Maybe not. PYW getting picked off. They're in the river, nothing to say. Doesn't even have Aghanim Scepter just yet, but he's able to reach so effectively across this map.
Boy, Dire's bottom tower is taking a beating.
Bottom lane, as this tier 2 tower will now be lost. PL is the big beefcake. Even went for the Aether Lens to make sure that this Aghanim Shard is going to do the most amount of work. You'll Scepter, Ori, gets off the split earth, doesn't actually connect though onto December Spirit. They have to return back to base to defend the racks. Remember, there's no Chrono as well, so they feel a lot more safe making this move.
Is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Double damage.
Vici really far behind now as Roshan online. Oh, very little damage on their side. BKB not even finished for Poyo. Leshrac. Yet again, I need to question this Leshrac build. I understand the rationale of Eternal Shroud, but honestly, dude, BKB this game. Like, how is BKB not the priority choice here? Against this draft on the side of Vici, of LGD rather. I can understand going Fire Sange into BKB or Eternal Shroud into BKB. I cannot understand going Yules into Kaya Sange into Eternal Shroud and only now looking at the map and saying, wait, BKB seems like a pretty good option for us. Yeah, Pang, we also did this game 1 where he just out and out refused to buy BKB. He's like, bro, I'm gonna buy Lincoln Sphere. Like, why? Oh boy. Now when they do get these BKBs, there'll just be less damage available. These heroes on the side of LGD have just gotten too tanky now. 30 armor on the PL. Aegis in tow, 2.7k HP, building Butterfly. Poyoyo is not going to have MKB anytime soon. Just picked up BKB for now. Game's looking pretty impossible right now for the side of Vici, but they're not GGing out. This is not IG, so they will play until the very last moment. Oh. Wait, what? Okay, okay. Alright. That's good. Ember Spirit dies, so Vici Gaming. Pretty massive there. How much gold did they get out of that kill? 700 gold. Yet again, it's old 11 that picks it up, which is somewhat unfortunate. You'd prefer this to be on the Faceless Void. If they can get like 7 more picks like that and extend this game for another half an hour, they've got a really good chance on the side of Vici. Woke up now. With nothing to say being gone, he doesn't have buyback either. If they can find a fight, this could be one of the few chances they have. Ame scouted. Oh no! Oh god! Do they chrono him? Is the question. There's gonna be all the damage on Earth. They're actually going to kill him. This is 1 life gone. They've got the bubble ready for life 2. And Poyoyo taking no chances. Very much on the edge of the bubble, but it still gets the job done. In the meantime, Ori just jumps into the fight all by himself and dies. Hashtag average times, but they have killed the Faceless Void. Why did Ori go into the... Oh man. Ori. Poyoyo, maybe watch where the game is. Nobody has any mana on your side. This Faith Beyond Mars is really tanky. Probably not a good fight for Vici, and Vici, get the memo. Has nothing to say, also respawns. Going in with this Aghanim Scepter actually finds Poyoyo with the jump in, but Time Walk is available and they still do have False Promise if needed. Even when a fight goes well for the side of Vici Gaming, it goes bad for Ori. But still, they keep the game alive. Poyoyo is the win condition now. He doesn't die. More crucially, he gets the kill onto the PL. Wait, did he get the last hit? Let's see. I don't know about the last hit. It was PYW got the last hit. Ooh, you bet on that IG Magma game. I don't blame you because it probably felt like free money, but IG right now too inconsistent. You see, jump in, False Promise thrown out, old 11 will be kept alive. And they use Scepter now out onto the mask and they take the rest of this fight. They're looking for the Slithering Crush Bash or the Slaughter. And they're going to be able to get the kill onto Faith Beyond. Jump in from nothing to say as well. He did manage to bring down old 11, also managing to snag DY in the process. He's just going ham in this fight. PYW also gets brought down just as he gets off a splitter. Scepter now tossing up the Lishrak, who will not allow an escape from Ori. Ori, you're not allowed to escape these fights, fam. I'm sorry. But with old 11, they jump back in and almost brought down nothing to say. Old 11 looking for some kind of way to do more, but nothing to say. Gets himself an ultra kill, and Vici will in fact throw in the towel. Fucking Ori, dude. Jesus Christ. How is it possible? How is it possible? Ori, man. Wow, that was really frustrating to watch, actually. Game 1 was really fun to watch. Game 1 was a hell of a lot of fun, right? Game 2 was entertaining. This was pain in the soul. Like, it's one thing, right? I kind of feel the reason this is so frustrating to watch is that I really like teams winning because they're playing really well. This was a great game to watch LGD play because LGD play, especially Faith Beyond. My God. Faith Beyond and Shinkyu in this game. God. Faith Beyond reminding us that, by the way, I'm a TI champion. Doesn't his face look like, oh, actually, I'm a TI champion, by the way, actually. God level play from him, but from